Greetings and salutations and welcome back to Tomes and Taylor's RPG. Contrary to Skye's reactions right now, we actually left on a very sad and somber moment last episode.
It's very sad.
And we returned the following morning in the wake of the party's return to Potts Hollow. So let's see how everyone's holding up on tonight's episode of Tomes and Tales.
A story from Tomes and Tales RPG.
Welcome back.
Editing Seb back again. Something weird happened to our audio. We're using our new lapel mic system, which has been running great and continues to run great in the future, but this week's episode 26 and next week's episode 27, something weird happened. So we're going to be using camera audio for these and hopefully have this really cleaned up and nailed down in the future. These are the teething issues with new systems, but we're aiming to make the best quality we can, so there's always going to be hiccups along the way. But for now, let's get on with it and enjoy the episode.
So, last we left the Broken View, our party attempted to gather more information about what this dragon was doing, its state of undeath, and anything that could give them an edge in the confrontation to come. Hugle conversed with the Queen of Corvus, while Petunia sought information from Jusenka, otherwise known as the Crone, and the imminent blood moon offers no sense of comfort in these immediate moments. The Broken Few left the village, doused in the primal cheering of the tribe's warriors, an honorific send-off for brave heroes. The journey was short, both with Voyage's aptitude for the forest and Hugle's knack for cartography, reducing a day's trip to a mere 3 and a touch hours, with haste, of course, no distractions. Let me just quickly drop that down. Where is it? Where's the knob? There.
We're ascending.
Oh, God. Level up! The party found the village within the deeper woods, which themselves were rotting with an unknown disease that seemed to have spread from the trees to the local flora. The village itself was in complete disarray. Devastation reigns as this once peaceful place radiated death and undeath. After some light exploration, the Broken Few were beset upon by Oak Branch, who, in a last-ditch attempt to get his daughter home, began a vicious verbal assault of Hugle, which almost came to magical blows. Almost. The dragon descended in a necrotically fueled dive bomb, snatching Oak in its claws, narrowly missing a stealthing Zefaris. Screaming his daughter's name and begging for help, Oak was hoisted into the air and in a moment was released, falling to his death, but the sounds of his argumentative shouting drew the surviving quote-unquote undead towards our heroes. The battle was long and hard fought, Petunia taking a brunt of the blows and going down, and our party also learning that the undeath that was taking these old warriors of the tribe was not the same stock standard undeath, but almost a mutation, perhaps an indicator of the unrest that permeates the land, being more powerful than originally anticipated. The Broken Few felled their enemies, and with a hasty regrouping, sought to find Oak's body, but not before Voyage found a chunk of the rotting dragon's flesh and claimed a singular black scale. The walk home was reminiscent of a similar march of mourning our Broken Few had made in days long past, and crossing back into the village, Hugle began to play a procession tune on his bird pipes, which was soon added to by Voyage, and soon enough the entire village had come to see this procession through to its very end. Hugle and Petunia found the only suitable place for Oak to lay was next to his granddaughter, and in a moment of divine prosperity, everyone who owned a religious icon was bathed in a warm glow as the closest thing to sunlight in hundreds of years shined in Potts Hollow. The evening ended with everyone finding what little comfort they could, and Hugle falling asleep looking after Petunia and Rose, and we return to the next day. So for housekeeping, the day is Sinistag, which is the 13th day of Keltermain 983. I know it doesn't really play much by our story, but just good to keep note of, because something bad's about to happen. Robbo Raggy.
Grow my testicles.
Now let me... Good call.
We really need to make a calendar.
Make a calendar. Be provided with a calendar.
Sound effects. I don't know if it'll come through as much, so I might have to turn it up a little bit. Okay. Wind. Wind finds itself passing through the many silent homes of Potts Hollow. The idyllic village nestled away from the sight of this harsh and unforgiving landscape. This wind carries more than dust, dirt or fallen leaves. This wind carries sadness and deep loss. This wind, however, also carries hundreds of prayers and condolences with the united hope that this breeze will carry them up the way to the burrow on the hill. Wind with a singular purpose, to show a family in mourning that as much as they may feel it, they are not alone in this world and in their joint suffering. Now, before we go to Petunia and Hugle, we're actually going to cut across back to Petunia's home, specifically where the rest of our party currently lay. Now, what? Oh my god, I can't reach. My arms are too short. There we go. Take my strong hand.
The Cody Rex.
Big head, small arms.
I have a big fucking head and little fucking arms. The family home of Petunia lays quiet in the early hours of the morning. The design of the burrow structures do not lend well to a typical home's habits of creaking, thus the internal silence is eerily unsettling. The fire stopped burning hours ago, the smell is still faint in the air. There is no rustling of blankets or squeaking of beds or bare feet touching the floorboards. Jesus. Just the whistling of the wind a few mere feet outside the walls. So what does the morning look like at Petunia's home for, I believe it was Voyage, Zefaris, Zero, and the two kids were there as well, and then obviously Pat and Dog. So what's that morning look like after yesterday's events?
I was fucking panicking, man. I thought you didn't have a mic on, but it was just down low enough that I couldn't see behind the DM screen.
Starting over.
I was like, I'm gonna have to fucking start again.
Nah, brother. I'm loud as hell. But what's it look like?
Zero's gonna have a crack at making brekkie.
Oh boy. You know, I'm gonna ask.
This went last time.
I'm gonna ask for a. This is gonna be a sleight of hands check, I think.
And con checks from everyone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. My sleight of hand's pretty decent, alright? We might be in for a good morning, guys.
Roll terribly, you'll wake up Zeph because they're on the couch again.
Oh, there it is. Okay. My sleight of hand's not as good as what I thought it was. Claimy hands. That is a 15.
Okay, that's not bad.
I didn't burn the house down.
No, the kitchen didn't set on fire. It's not like that scene in Billy Madison where old mate's burning alive in front of the oven.
The question is, did I clean the gold out of the pan last time, or is there...
If you didn't, it's going in with the brekkie.
I'll think a 15 means that your aptitude was high enough that you scraped it out and actually cooked it.
Oh no, I imagine when I was done, she was standing over my shoulders like, clean it.
What do you think Zero would have made? With a 15, that's really good.
Whatever is on hand in the kitchen.
What is on hand in the kitchen?
Oh, anything fresh it's pretty easy to find in this village. You've got bread, you've got eggs, you've got fruits and shit. There's probably some like cured meats in there as well. And like, cause she's got the twins, well not twins, but the kids at the moment. So there'd be a bit of a more expanded list of things that you can find in there. And like more proteins and shit for the kids.
I cook it all.
The dried meat that's already cured, cooked. The bread, cooked. Fruit, cooked. But I think...
Make a little cobbler's.
With that being said, because I believe, Zeph, you slept on the couch, Voyage, you went to the room and kind of like moped out a little bit by yourself. So Zeph, I would think that you would be the next to awaken about 8 o'clock in the morning as Zero. It's not quiet, is it?
She would be trying to be like respectful, but there's always like those little like sympathetic noises that happen when you're not paying attention. Like your depth perception isn't great, so you hear like a gong, oh shit, my bad.
Yeah, there you go. And then you wake up
Just
next.
a slow peer over the back of the couch.
Stealth check. Go on.
Go on. Do it to him. What's in these?
Funfetti.
What's that?
All the sweet things.
That's a 19.
Thanks, Kim.
I didn't want to know the pluses. I know the pluses are 32.
No, that's a 19.
Oh,
I got a 10.
What's your passive? 17?
I think it's grand, to be honest. Perception 16.
Oh yeah, you gotta see it.
Yeah.
Yep, so I'm just cooking away.
Watching this happen. I'm just watching just to see if there's a fire that goes, just to wait.
There's lots of like talking to herself, like slowly through it, but it's like her listing all of her past mistakes of when she's last cooked. So like when she looks at the bread, she's like, okay, the last time I cooked the bread twice, like really cooked the bread twice. So now I just need to, and then like she puts it down, waits for a second, and then flips it over. It's like it's just warm bread. It's not even cooked. She's just so scared.
Wow. Is Zero like with a pen like this, like analysing the bread?
She put out a magnifying glass. She's like, yes.
Oh man, that's funny. I think there'd be a moment where, like, while you're cooking and Zeph, you're watching Zero from the distance, you hear in the back of your head, like, you hear the sounds of the Wanderer waking up. He's like, no, huh. Well, you're not terrible.
I am trying my best. Does it look okay?
I'd eat it.
Sold. Starts playing.
You hear him just go, hey. He's like shoulders in the background.
He goes back to an alley and just starts like eating like fucking rats. So,
Dude, he cuts to him, it hard cuts to him in a different like plane of existence, just gutting a fucking possum. Like.
So what you're saying is I should not be taking his word as to what's good cooking or what is it?
Hey man, you did it. And so Zeb, you're awake. We'll go to Voyage next. The sympathetic sounds of cooking happening in the kitchen.
There's like this awkward moment where he hasn't need to have been woken up by either of them. And it's like this awkward moment of my morning feels wrong. My morning's not right. Normally I get like a good morning in the form of a thwack on the head. Even dogs feel well behaved.
Oh, damn.
Like, I haven't been stepped on. This doesn't feel like home right now. This is wrong. This is not right. But also, shouldn't I be glad that they haven't woken me up, considering my thought process on the matter? After a lot of consideration and thought going into the matter, while listening to the residual fuck from the kitchen, sit up, he gets himself ready for the day. He wakes Dog up for the first time fucking ever, and he does it gently. It's not like any other instance where dogs just bomb dive someone.
Yeah.
No, it's just a gentle couple of strokes, and he like, hold on, mate.
Oh, he's doing it.
Yep. Before we head out, give me a hand with this, and he holds the Boda dog. Like, I don't know what I was talking to, but help me talk to it again. It's where you came from. You should know.
There's the fry. Squint.
There's food out there if you help me do it. Just need to commune with this thing.
So what do you want? Do you want him to give you the help action?
Yep.
Okay. Go for it. So I think what he does is he you know that thing where dogs will just insert themselves, like they just jump in between your hands, like when you're sitting reading a book or something like that. But he's so fucking big that he's just like you're like,
Tuck your wings! Tuck your wings!
tuck him.
Pivot!
So roll. What did we say last time? I keep forgetting every time. I think
It's one of my like plus zeros.
it's like religion or arcana, which I think is both 0. So it doesn't really matter. Just pick one.
15.
15.
With the dog help action, is that...
It's advantage.
That's right. It's an 18.
Okay, there you go. you're not gonna get the same level that you got when you did the one with 0, because that was like into the 20s.
Yeah.
But what are you trying to... Basically, you ask me what you're trying to do, and I will gauge that accordingly.
So it's that same process of sitting there relaxing, like Zero had walked him through.
Mm-hmm.
But he's got Dog, so his eyebrows twitching a little bit because Dog's breathing in his face, and he's got the worst morning breath.
Oh, damn.
You know the one.
Yeah.
Season level.
But he's trying to connect to speak with whatever he spoke to that one time, that 2 times actually. Give me more information on this dragon. So help me God, but he's frustrated because he's not been consistent in getting results.
Yeah.
So he sounds angry talking to the bow at this point.
So what I'm gonna need specifically is that question is very, very broad.
Yeah.
So if you can minute it down to a more direct question, I can give you an answer. Because there's obviously a fucking lot happening with this dragon, let's be honest.
That's for the dragon's direct weakness. Do I only get one question?
Yes.
Fuck.
Asking for the winning numbers.
And questions pertaining to weaknesses, vulnerabilities, and stuff will not apply. That's not a thing that happens because that's an ability that not like godly beings and spirits can't really do.
Should have said it to you telepathically.
It's a spell.
Okay.
What guidance can you offer me in facing the dragon when we next cross paths with it? Because he's not even sure how to narrow it down. He's not faced one before.
I knew it was gonna happen. I was
Pulling his book out.
Yeah.
He's pulling his book out.
He's pulling out the ancient tomes. Let me have a look here.
I wonder if I can fucking find it.
All those
I
credits
don't have that content yet.
Maybe we can shut that door now.
We should shut up soon, but...
Crickets.
Survive.
Cricket.
We're still in class.
Croquet.
The British crickets.
So, remind me what the question was again, sorry. I had a bit of a brain
What
fart.
guidance
What
can
guidance?
you offer me?
Yeah, okay. Okay. I'm gonna rope a few things in here for you specifically. Put that down there. You get back not the same one you've been talking to, because obviously the dragon bow works in a way it's like the way we treat it anyway, is it's kind of connected to many draconic spirits that have served under Drake Wardens over the many hundreds of years, thousands of years that it has been a teaching. And what you get back is just because you can't see it doesn't mean it isn't there, is one thing. And another one that you get is speed will be your ally, is what you get. As with any dragon, being fast is going to be the key to your survival.
Define speed. Define speed.
Boy.
Fast movement or fast murder?
Both.
Thank you. I didn't expect you to respond.
That was just Dog responding to you.
Both. I don't know why Dog sounds like Bobby Hill. That's my purse! I don't know you! I don't know you! You're not the purse!
Can we give Dog a purse? Purse. Only if you get it for him. Oh.
Purse first.
And Pat needs a matching one. They need to be like 2 brick girls. Fanny packs.
Little bum bags.
Yeah. Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Anyway, anything else you would like?
Our nonsense meter is strong tonight.
Lay down now, motherfuckers.
Someone give me a cookie. Don't give me another one.
The caloric deficit.
Oh no.
You've probably noticed after the last few sessions, our snack game is just growing every session. There'll be like a full banquet here before we know it.
Trying to kill me, guys.
One day there will be charcuterie board and mimosas.
I want a chocolate fountain in the centre.
Yeah, say less.
Yes.
I know you said that you wouldn't specify if strengths or weaknesses,
Yes. No vulnerabilities, no resistances.
but if I get very specific, instead of a broad question regarding it, but if I ask for a very specific question about it, will you let me have it?
Okay, I'm going to be so real with you right now, right? I'm going to be so real with you. I am stretching the credulity of what your class can do. You are not an arcane class, you are a primal warrior class. I'm really stretching it thin, but I'm being kind because you do have a magical weapon that we have established very early on is connected to the realm of draconic spirits. So you can ask the question, but I'm going to tell you yes or no on if I'm going to answer that. And if I give you an answer to the second question, you must disregard the answers for the first, like you didn't hear them.
Right. That's okay then. I can't ask anything further.
Okay, well, there you go. What else do you do?
I imagine there's like this quiet moment where he's all like, okay, dog. And its dog is like here, heavy breathing. The camera just pans a little bit. And it's the morning breath.
Huh?
He's gonna let dog out. He's not gonna come out immediately,
Oh, God.
but he's gonna let dog out into the chaos that's occurring in the kitchen and dining.
Zero, make a dexterity saving throw for me. I apologise for all the coughing, I just got over being insanely sick.
Do better.
That's 19.
Shut up. How many?
19.
You hear the down the hall, and you don't even turn away from the pan. You just go and hop, and he fucking just like Skye under you falls into the pantry. You hear the clanging of like pans and bottles and shit as it lands on top of him, and you just hear the like the groan of pain.
She just does the typical mum eyebrow raise, shakes head. That is what happens when you fuck around. You will find out. And then she's gonna just keep cooking.
He mopes out and just lays in front of the unlit fireplace, and he plops down like a pit bull, like. And his tongue rolls out, and his eyes veer across, and then sees the back of your head like peeking over the couch. Goes to sleep next to Pat, the Albor. Do you come out at any point?
After getting set up for the day, he doesn't have all of his gear on, but he's like presentable human being. And he's going to slowly approach the kitchen. I approached the bitch. What'd you say? I approached the bitch.
What did you think I said? This is how we all talk in Manhattan.
Fucking A. And there's just this. It's not quiet footsteps. He's not heavy-footed either, though. It's deliberate. Like, so you can hear him coming. Not in that way.
He was loading.
He approaches and he just kind of, like a misbehaving teenager, he just kind of stands in the doorway.
The whole arch.
Yeah. Of the kitchen, and he's like, so
Before he gets much else in, Zero, without even looking at him, turns around with a plate and kind of like is gentle because it's not a crockery, but still does it with a bit of attitude. She kind of like lets it clang slightly on the bench and then kind of flicks it so it slides across. And while still facing the pan while she's cooking in it, go apologise to your sibling, take them breakfast, make up, kiss, hug, whatever.
you know that way where they just take shit Sorry, microphone. Sorry, Seb. Sorry, future Seb.
Sorry, audience.
Oh, cartoon editing Seb's like, "Wood."
No, I fully just flanked it. I'm so sorry. He just takes it with all the attitude, and it's just like this. With all the sass of an angry drag queen. He turns towards the lounge room. Are you still hiding?
I'm not hiding, I'm just looking over the couch.
Just like, Zeph beat Zero's passive because Zero hasn't turned around. So if you're looking, you just see Zeph over the top of the couch. Like the blanket over there. Like,
because
and pillow.
He's making sure he's not going to spill anything because his plate's loaded with everything for some reason.
The most weird concoction is don't go together.
And a cup of coffee in the middle.
Yes! It's like but it's strangely thick, like a dipping sauce.
Hey, I rolled a 15! Okay.
This is good for you.
It is!
Yes.
And he turns and he just, oh fuck.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Just arms over the back of the couch and just slowly takes it and then does that turn and slide and just sits there with the plate of food and slowly starts to eat it. Not initiating conversation because that is not their place.
So, did Hugle give you that thing? The thing with the thing?
The crossbow?
No, the other one.
The necklace?
I think.
Yes.
That's what it turned into? Does it fit okay? Was the string long enough?
Yes, it fits really well, thank you.
Oh, I had nothing to do with it. Actually, no, yes, I did. I'm sorry.
For?
My poor reaction.
Two?
The heritage you don't align yourself with.
I accept your apology.
Thank fuck.
Mum! You hear another clang of another plate being put down on the bench.
He comes over to get it. Turns out it's for dog.
Yodel the animal.
So I put cat treats on it, right?
My cat.
I'm also sorry to you, but I respectfully would like nothing to do with this thing you've got going on. That doesn't mean I'm not still willing to try and help out where I can with the spell casting stuff that I offered. Just keep the lanky man away. Please.
Zero kind of like very almost lazily looks over her shoulder. You're not the first child I've had that has wanted nothing to do with my decisions. Don't lose sleep over it. And then she's gonna go back to cooking.
The morning is tense at Petunia's residence. Matroya wakes relatively not long after Voyage, but in haste kind of runs off to the apothecary because she's not seen you specifically, so she's kind of opted to take over and just get it done because it's all she can really do. And Mateo wakes up last and he just looks fucking so teenage boy disheveled. Like his braids got stray hair sticking out of it, his spear's not sitting properly on his thing, and you watch he goes to like walk out the door and the spear catches. He's like and then like walks out, realizes he didn't speak to anyone, turns back around. I'm late for work.
She just like literally like finds the nearest like bowl container thing, tips the plate in there, and then just gives it to him. Breakfast to go. You don't start day on empty stomach.
This is cool. You're cool. Thanks. Like, start just licking it down. It's just like scrambled eggs, bits of meat, shoved in his mouth. But because he's part of the hunting retinue, he has to be up at different points of the time to like go collect food and stuff. So but he slept in because that's what young men do. Now, we will go to the branch residence. Big houses always have a sort of air about them. You can feel it in the soft draft that lingers. The expanse beyond what your eyes can see can be quite unnerving. But when it's your family home, there's an odd comfort when you know that your parents are always one floor above or just around the corner waiting for you. But in this moment, this big house on the hill offers only uncomfortable silence as we hear the soft groans of consciousness coming back to the real world. And Petunia, being the early riser that you are, aided by a poor night's sleep, as you so determined to me 2 weeks ago, what does your routine look like? So when you come to set the scene, when you come to consciousness, your mother, Rose, is curled up, knees to chest, like with a big, like weighted blanket over her. You both like slowly kind of like moved away from each other on the couch to like kind of spread out a little bit more. As you both try to find some comfort. As you look across, you see Hugle passed out in one of the sitting chairs. And yeah, you see out the window, it's a little bit windy, like some of the tall grass in front of the house is blowing. Looks like there might be some rain on the horizon. The sky's pretty black by this point. What do you do?
First and foremost, tries to get up as slowly as she can without waking her mum up. So I imagine she's still in a pretty deep sleep at this point.
Oh yeah, she's not waking up.
Quietly, so looks over and clocks that Hugle's still there. He's still here. He didn't. He's still here. And then sort of the weight of the day before just settles on her, and if you looked at her, you'd see her physically sort of shrinking on herself a little bit. And she's just in this house, and she starts sort of walking through rooms, and she gets through maybe one or two, and then it's just there's too much of him in here right now for her, and it's just overwhelming. And so she just very quietly and almost defeatedly walks back to the couch, and she sits on the ground with her back against the couch around where her mum's knees are. So if she wakes up, she's right there, and sort of like pulls her knees up, rests her elbows on her knees, and it's not like full head and hands, but it's just sort of taking the weight of her head off her neck, and just sits really quietly.
When you do the lap around the house, I think you would when you have the realization that you looked for Hugle and Hugle was still there, you look out the front window and you can see that Colton is still out the front, and he's basically just got like a large like hunting blanket over the top of him, and like his pipe sitting in the grass next to him. He snoozed. He just stayed there the whole night like he said he would. So he's still there, and he sleeps outside all the time, so it doesn't affect him. And because he's got fur, like he never gets cold really. The blanket's more so just for modesty. Big fear bomb slog.
No.
God damn.
Right at the end of them boxer shorts, brother.
You're gonna have to return the favor. I would think though, moving around the house after you make that first initial lap, when you sit back down, then we'll say you would probably wake up. I think. I feel like you'd feel, without sounding too Star Warsy, you would like feel the disturbance in the air. Like you can just feel that it's different. You're just like, whoa.
There's a disturbance in the forest. He would sort of wake up with one of those, because when he fell asleep, he was trying to stay awake and look over them and just...
You forgot you fell asleep.
Yes, so it's like, you know those sleeps where you're like, sitting there and you just blink and it's the next morning, you're like, holy shit, when the fuck did the light come up?
That's called a bender, dude.
But one of those sort of like, looks around and looks over to see that your mum's there, you're sitting on the floor next to it, and we'll just stand up and go straight away and just make a pot of tea and bring out the tea for you. Something to start the day.
Thank you. If there's any left over, I might want to bring one out to Colton. He's sitting on the front porch.
Good man. And yeah, we'll take your tea out to Colton.
She sets his tea next to her on the ground.
He'll probably do the same. He'll walk up to Colton and not want to wake this big furry snowman, sort of sit the tea next to him.
I think you watch him asleep. The nose. Yeah.
Fair play.
Morning. Thank you.
That's part of the job, isn't it?
You're one of the good ones.
One of the good-looking ones too. And he sits up. Yeah, he sits up and he's just like,
Modest too.
Stop! I can see that. I see the size of his head from over
What
here.
were your blanket, Johnson? Let's just cover you up.
"No, the jokes aside, wee man. It's the least I can do, all things considered."
If you ever need anything,
Hey, if I ever need it. Picks up that huge, like, fucking claymore on his back and he goes, "Well, I might go for a bit of a walkie and have a look around." Hey.
so it just gives him the nod.
Puts some tobacco in his pipe, lights it up, and just starts strolling down the street to start doing laps around the house. Probably go catch up with Dario and all that sort of stuff.
You'll take the empty cup and go back inside and pour another cup ready for when Ginny's mum wakes up. Pour himself a cup and just go sit back in that chair in the corner and watch and wait and see if he can be of any help.
Yeah, I would think it's, unless anything happens when he sits back with you.
She's just sitting quietly.
Yeah, okay. It would probably be maybe, I'd say, because everyone averages out, because you're up way earlier, probably about, like they're up at about 8, so like 8:30, 9 o'clock. I think by like the 9:30 mark, a little bit like getting into late morning, Rose begins to stir and she sits up, and the poor woman, her face is so puffy, like so puffy. She has no voice, like she's screamed herself hoarse. She, like, her ability to speak is like she goes to speak, she's like, oh, this is not good.
She sort of gives her arm a squeeze, first little cure wounds.
Oh, there you go. And she goes, hey. Oh, that's better. That's better. Thank you, dear. Why does my face hurt so much?
I mean, you just spend most of the night crying.
Oh, poor Colton. The boy was under listening to me wail like a banshee all night.
I think he was alright with it. He got some free tea out of it too.
Okay. I think I'm gonna go clean myself up and be more presentable for the day.
There's tea for you as well.
Oh, and she like gets like the little tiny cups. For you guys, they're like so small.
Glasses.
But she picks them up, and you find she walks like with the blanket over her shoulders, like someone who's like really going through it, like hobbles her way to like the bathroom. You could hear the slurping of the teacup, and eventually and you start hearing, and very faintly you hear like the burning of coals as like hot water's getting prepared for like her to like bathe and be more refreshed for the day. And you guys are left alone in the drawing room, I think is what they're called, if memory serves me correctly, which it usually doesn't.
Is there anything you need?
No. Thank you. You slept in that chair, you sleep alright?
I slept in worse places. Didn't even notice I went out. That Colton's a good one.
He always has been.
How are you? Really?
I'll be fine.
You don't always have to be strong.
Someone's got to be for her, and we've still got things to do. It's not time for that yet. It took me long enough to crawl out of it the first time. There's not time for that.
We all mourn in our own ways. But I'm here, however I can help.
Thank you.
Why don't you spend the day with your mom? At least wait till she's done. check on the lot. Make sure they have treasure house.
What's the plan?
Reaches in and like pulls you in for a hug, but like tight, and just gives you like a squeeze and lets you squeeze back if you need it, and just holds you
does.
for a second. You'll never cease to amaze me, and it'll wander off.
Back on the Valentine's Day list, Mum. Okay, so will you quickly trot off then to go find the rest of the motley crew, and yeah, we'll say like 9:30. So you guys are probably like breakfast would be done. We would have cleaned up and probably just sitting tight, you know, waiting for that. Hey, it's time to fucking go, right? So you guys are able to just potter around, do what you want to do, and eventually Hugle will walk through the front door. I'll also let you know while you're walking through town, the clouds are getting fucking black. You can hear them.
Hugo on his way back does his morning prayers, where he normally gets his spells ready, and somehow he doesn't have any spells today. Fucking D&D Beyond.
Yeah, something's gone wacky where at first Jorja lost her spells, and then they came back, and then Seb's lost his spells. So it's
I don't know. Apparently clerics are getting fucked with this red moon.
I'm calling it the fuck date instead of the update.
Also, I would say while you were there, she's not wearing a flower crown, took it off during the night, and like, because she's not wearing it, a lot of the flowers have started to wither, but one of them seems fine, but the rest on that.
What's the one that seems fine?
It looks kind of like a galaxy Petunia, but it's like,
So yeah, makes his way back, swings the door open.
Come on, you two.
What the fuck are you cooking? It smells like everything.
Zero cooked.
Oh, that makes sense.
From the kitchen. I did not burn house down, no.
Well, you're getting well done.
I have plenty leftovers. Eat some. It's not a request.
It's a promise.
It's a threat. It's actually solid, like decent.
I've had worse.
Shit, don't take that.
I'm actually pretty impressed, I'm not gonna lie. Compared to last time.
Zero does the breakfast club.
Freeze fry.
Holy shit, she's just frozen again.
How did you do that?
How are you doing? I don't know. Get a doctor. Get a scientist. Get her down.
You wonder if the invisible staying behind you. Black magic is this.
I've got some like visceral vision of it almost being like a possession. It's not snoring.
The Wanderer is in like the Wanderer is in his little demi plane where it's like, how about a whole person at ninth level?
Oh, I'm crying.
I love being me.
Starts making a Marge Simpson crumb.
It's kind of oh shit.
Let's get serious.
We're trying.
Gothic horror.
And can I feel like the vibe of how things are between these lot?
Make an insight check. And you guys can either make persuasion or deception, your choice, don't tell us.
Oh, a 2. It comes to something decent still, but it's...
I'm not hiding anything.
Oh, well, it comes to a 9 for me.
Fuck!
So.
I'm not hiding anything.
Me neither.
No, so I feel like
what do you see?
a tenseness, but it's been talked about. What do you reckon?
It'd probably be like, just, you're not used to us being this quiet. And it'd basically be like...
I'm sorry.
That-
Just open it. It's like, give me anxiety in the corner. Just get in there.
It'd
I
be
can
like...
kind of hear it, but my brain was kind of drowning it out.
It's like in the movies when you try to be quiet about it, something, but you're making so much more noise.
Yes.
Anyway.
It'd just be one of those like awkward silences where Zeph's like just sitting on the couch with the pets, feeding them tidbits. Voyage is probably, I don't know, you could probably speak on this behalf, but I feel like he'd be just awkwardly in between the kitchen and the lounge room. Like, do I sit in the kitchen?
In his mind, he's posed like real nice. Like, I'm real hot, I'm a hot boy. In reality, he's awkwardly leaning in the doorway trying to eat without dropping anything. You know
You
what
thought
I
you were
was-
James Dean, but in reality you were that Rochelle dude from How to Train
Like
Your
on a
Dragon.
45-degree angle, stiff against the wall.
Trembling a little bit.
I'd say like there's a moment like where you're eating and then you sort of look over your bowl and Hugle's just standing down there looking up at you. You good?
Yeah.
You sure?
Are you good?
It's been a weird day.
It's been a weird week.
It's been weird since I met you a bunch.
Hey man.
I kind of like it.
So you liked my little sending?
You've got a weird, like, I've got brothers. I'll put it that way. I've heard worse.
Alright.
Not from you though.
Bet.
How's Petunia?
Save that for Val. Yeah. How do you take backs? Sorry, I was speaking halfling for a second there. I just,
Real halfling.
Yeah, how you'd expect. Her mum's a mess. It's one of those things, no matter how much of an asshole someone is when they're around, once they're gone, you kind of forget all that. Opportunities lost and all that.
Should we maybe bring them some of Zero's breakfast?
Already on it.
There you go.
I'm sure they'd appreciate that. It's really good.
I don't know what she's done.
It really has the vibe of like a whole bunch of young kids to just had access to a kitchen.
I was
had
watching
no idea
it
what
the
they were
whole
doing, but
time.
it worked.
It was insane.
It was a dervish of hands. I think in the back of your head, you just hear like he's in your ear. It's like, you hear that? You're winning them over. You can have a little fucking army that can do all your business for you.
Zero, like, for a minute is like, but then as he keeps talking, she's like, yeah. Yes. I like
She's
this
being
sort of
corrupted.
that.
Oh my god, it's too easy.
The hardest part of all this is there's still a fucking undead dragon out there.
Good luck killing it.
You're coming.
Fuck.
You want the favor from the church. This will earn you more favors than you can imagine.
You hear like heel boots doing the very small shuffle stomp that people do, like when they're in one spot, like.
Jesus Christ.
I successfully gestures like loosely to the room, like I talked to the stick.
Do we know that you've done this? I don't think you've talked to us. No, actually you did because you talked about the Undead Dragon with me and
Yeah.
I accidentally spelled it to everybody.
Yeah, that was your fault. I talked to the bow again. And I can't, out of character, I can't remember what you said first.
Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it can't see you.
That one.
And
Fast
speed
as
is
fuck,
key.
boy.
Speed is
Fast as fuck, boy. Just hear him like.
What's that you've got? A bow!
No!
It told me two things as advice or guidance to what's coming up with that. Just because we can't see it doesn't mean it can't see us, which is terrifying. It just makes me fear scrying more as a whole. And to be swift, move quickly. I asked if that was kill it quickly or genuinely just move quickly. It said both, so there's that.
something.
Better than nothing, I'd say.
So when I talk to something that's not there, I'm a fucking freak. But when Voyage talks to something that's not there, he's a fucking hero.
Mox
How loud are we
immediately
hearing
draconic.
this?
Pardon?
Are we hearing this? Or is
She's kind of like murmuring it to herself in the kitchen.
Right. Natural 18.
You can roll.
Natural fucking 20.
But you can roll stealth to see
Yeah,
how well you
alright.
can hide it because natural 20s are not automatic successes for skill checks.
So, perception, I'm guessing? maybe?
Perception.
Yeah, so that's 22.
But yours
27.
Yeah, yours is fucking high though, so it basically is.
That's a 22.
Oh, meets it, beats it? Or
Beats it, yeah. So you don't hear it, but these two do.
Hugo's both there in the corner. Right?
Yes.
Cookie jar hand.
For a good liar, you can be a terrible liar.
It's hard when it's family.
Look, wherever that fucking thing is, around the room, he's fucking creepy, but look, you've earned the benefit of the doubt. We might not like him, but we're here for you.
She kind of like straightens up a bit at that mention. She kind of like gives herself a bit of like a pep and head nod. And then we'll continue to, she'll give like a nod of thanks to Hugle, and then we'll continue to kind of pack up the copious amount of leftovers for...
I think while you're packing the leftovers, you hear just a bit of a weird, half disgruntled, like half not sure what to think of, like in your hair. He's like, Oh, that boy is sickeningly sweet.
Remember, I convinced him that chocolate grew out of the ground. Don't get so twisted up on it.
He's a fucking idiot.
Hey!
Well, since you love him so much, I'll disembowel him last. But the morning continues. You guys wrap up the food, the goods, and proceed to the branch residence. Is that where we were going? Drop off breakfast?
Yes.
Alright, so there's absolute menageries walking down the fucking breezeway up to the branch house. Green dude, grey dude, cowboy,
Dude, yeah.
white dude, white women, a dog dragon, and a bird. And a halfling.
Yeah, the only one that seems to fit in.
Sounds like the start of a really bad
I was
joke.
just about to say that!
Eventually, there's the... Would you knock, I guess, first, to like kind of alert that you guys were coming? Yeah, there's a... And then the opening of the door. And what happens?
Stands up immediately. Like, so he's wearing the same thing from yesterday, it's only slightly cleaner. Like, tries to be like, I'm fine, I'm good, I'm cool. Fails terribly, but tried. And
We
so-
bring food.
Oh, great, should be hungry.
0 cooked.
Oh, thank you.
You can hear the, like, unsureness as he says it in his words.
Thank you.
Sarah's just gonna scatter off to the kitchen and just like set it up over there quietly and quickly.
We're probably gonna need to restock your pantry. I think pretty much everything was used.
Everything.
Yeah, it weirdly works.
She can afford to pay for the refill. Just make her do
Okay.
Eventually, down the hall of the first level, the opening of a door and the pitter-pattering of footsteps, and Rose steps out, and like her hair's still like that matty kind of wet, eyes still like puffy, but like her face looks a little bit more relaxed. She's wearing like a sundress kind of vibe going on, and she walks out and she's like brushing like her kind of graying hair back. She just notices like all of a sudden it's a full house. Oh,
Have you got guests? Sorry, they just arrived.
that's all right. Hello.
it. Nice to meet you.
I'm Petunia's mummy.
Right, yes, we haven't done introductions. Well, you know, and then this is Voyage, Zeph, and Zero. This
I
is,
brought you food because you are sad.
and this is my mother, Rose.
She hears that and is like,
I bought you food because you are sad.
There's a moment where it takes her a couple of replays. You can see it, like where she's playing back in her head, like, she fit in well here. That's not too bad. That's quite good. Sometimes you don't get your flipping dishes back though.
Oh no, I will be taking these when you are done. I do not want to get into trouble.
Also, these are my dishes, so it's kind of like within the circulation of the households.
Hey, that's fair. That's fair. I can see that. Well, don't stand there and look at me eat. Come sit down. And she like.
Why do I have the vibe that in Potts Hollow everyone has a series of like bowls and things that are for handing food around?
Yeah.
Like, it's like there's the house.
You've got the house bowls and the community bowls. Yeah.
Yes.
Plates.
Yeah, cookout stuff. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But she pulls a chair, sits in on like the dining table. The dining table fits about like. Your table's obnoxious as hell. At least like 8. Yeah, it's got like it's like round circular table fits like 8 people.
Zero's not going to let her eat alone. She is going to reluctantly stuff in a second breakfast.
What about steak and breakfast?
It's like a continental breakfast spread on the table.
Yeah, Zero just laid out a bunch of tinfoil and just poured it all out in one go, like a nacho table.
Give me a hand.
So we don't have to eat second breakfast.
Oh, if you guys pay enough attention, Hugo's scooping some stuff like off to the side to Dog, to Pat, and into the bag of whole. They're just like,
She was just kind of like moving the food around on her plate, but she's not really eating anything.
So, what's everyone's plans for today?
We'd like to offer our services. Anything that we can do around the house to help to make this next few couple of weeks, possibly month, any easier for you. Let us know what we can do.
Well, there's not really a lot. Considering we're a small closed-in community, we have people that are gardeners and cleaners and all that sort of stuff, and we all just rotate around each other's houses, all that sort of stuff. I kind of act as a local library, and she points down the hall, and you can see where there's just a fucking wall of books. Granted, about 98% of them are holy text, but it's besides the point. The point is, she has them. And he goes,
He leans over the table and can successfully lean in earshot.
yeah, but she like grabs you by the horn and like pulls you into the he goes, I've been around the block a while, and I've had my fair share of weddings, births, funerals, all that sort of thing. I've had my day. Just look after my little one for me. She's gonna need it.
Between the rest of us, I think we'll all struggle to keep up with what Swale can provide her.
You wanna know something a little bit funny? I always liked him. But, Mr. Branch was not so much a fan.
Maybe in his honor, to rectify that possible bridge, you can now prove and show how much you liked him.
Make a persuasion check for me.
Fuck.
Good juju, good vibes. Good juju, good vibes.
I'm using my inspiration.
Okay. Let's do it like this. What you said's definitely resonated with her. I think this is just going to be like what's going to trigger her brain to do something.
It was 2 3s.
Damn.
And I've got no bonus.
That's okay. So what you said definitely resonates with her, but I think in that moment, basically what the persuasion was seeing if she was going to have the light bulb moment, but it hasn't hit her yet. We're trying to light the candle, and the wick's just not catching right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Rightfully so. She's very tired.
Yeah.
But she like kind of lets your horn go and gives you like a little pat on the cheek, and she goes to like quietly eating her breakfast, and leans back a little bit to kind of like isolate, quote unquote, herself from the rest of the party as you all sit around this tiny little table.
I think, because paying attention to you in the last 24 hours, noticing you're not eating or really drinking anything, Hugle's going to make up like a small plate from what he knows are like your favourite things on the table and bring it over and sort of just subtly push whatever you've got aside and put that down to it. I've got to eat something.
I'm not hungry. Thank you.
Just try. Trust me. And we'll just leave it at that and then like lead you to it.
So looks down at the table. Pointedly looks in the other direction for a little while and just sort of starts grabbing a little nibble at some food. Sort of occasionally like looks down and makes sure she's not still like, see, I'm eating the food.
Yes!
Pushed over a second course.
We're halflings, our tummies are tiny.
I'm gonna be like a little non-nut, just keep like bringing a plate over of like just different things like, oh, you're so frail, have another one.
Yeah, you can't keep feeding us food all the time. Oh, I can, you're too skinny. No joke, we went to Melbourne, Dylan came back 5 kilos heavier.
That'll happen.
Yeah, cooked heaps. Love him. The morning, by this point, we're going to say, with all the round trips, we're closing in at like the 10:30, maybe 11 o'clock mark, getting into midday. The blackened sky eventually cannot be the wall which holds back that which the matron of the wilds provides so willingly, and eventually a barbaric rainfall begins to fall on Potts Hollow, and even peeking out the window, this storm stretches as far as the eye can see. This is granted, it's not uncommon to get rainstorms like this in Unerashroud, but this one kind of fucking propped up out of nowhere and is hammering down.
Is it like full like lightning and thunder or just...
Not lightning, just black sky and rain. Well, no thunder yet.
I think Hugle will go out to the front porch, so just look out over it and take in that smell of rain hitting the street. Just takes it in.
Do me a favour, make a religion check for me. With advantage, actually.
Eight.
I think in the heat of it all, there's too much going on in here, and there's no outside stimuli is really lending itself to you right now. I mean, and fair, you've just been bombarded with so much you've had to try and compartmentalize to be there for someone else, like to give all of yourself to someone that's not you.
I think that's what it was. He was going outside for a moment to sort of catch his breath, see himself, and take in nature in its another form.
But by this point, a lot of conversation we've had. I'm going to turn it over to you all. What's the game plan? What do you guys want to do? On a standpoint from where I'm sitting, there is still a task yet to be done, but there's also a lot that needs doing before you guys go to undertake that task within this day. So what do you guys want to do?
Zeph will go up to Petunia. Would you still be sitting at the dining table?
Yeah.
And they'll just squat next to you. Would you like a little distraction?
What you got?
Do you know how to make healing potions?
Give it a crack.
Because I need a breath. Unlike everyone else here, I do not have magical abilities. So, and I don't want to rely on you guys heavily for healing in facing this dragon.
I mean, that's what we're here for, and you'll be well looked after, but we can definitely try and get something sorted.
Okay. Let me know when you're ready and we'll head down to the apothecary.
Of course.
And then Zeph will go take their seat back at the dining table and just
Knees
wait
up to your chest.
Just no, more of the stretch under the table.
Did we
sort of
establish that
thing.
Zeph could change height?
Yeah, true. Just the legs.
Like dead small and his legs are small.
Oh shit!
What was it? It's a baby leg.
Oh my god. Yep.
My campaign is ruined.
You're welcome.
Oh, after this.
Fucking no, don't you dare.
Oh, I can just take Zeph's art and Photoshop the legs.
Yeah.
Oh my fucking
You're gonna get a
God.
letter from me in the mail, and I'm gonna king hit you from there.
Keanu Reeves, fucking, you've got it on your book, I swear to God. Keanu, fucking, whatever his name is.
Oh, mini Keanu Reeves. Man, she the bed. Anyway, before we get so lost, Jesus Christ.
That's too late.
Yeah, you can't help me. What do we want to do?
There's just that awkward, again, it's that awkward, he knows he's still technically in trouble, teenage vibes,
Uh-huh.
but now he needs to ask Mum for something.
Okay.
It's that, the arm swaying, the clap, the... hey Zero,
Yes?
you want to come with me to check in with the orcs and see what we can organise with them? To accompany us for the dragon?
You want me to come with you?
Please.
Of course.
Maybe we can circle back to again that stuff I offered to help out with. The spell casting.
You do know where the spells come from, right?
Yes.
Yes.
You and me are going to have a chat on the way to the orcs.
You're in trouble.
Goes to swat, but misses 8 times.
I just keep changing.
Man, I love being a turtle!
Oh shit.
Okay, well, we'll do that then. So I think maybe about 20 minutes or so. Second breakfast will wrap up, and we can split the groups to go take care of what. So you two are going to go do a potion. You two are going to go do orcs. What were you going to do, orcs? What were you going to do?
Yeah, go do the orcs.
Yeah, go do
See
the
those. I'm going to stay with Rose and help out.
Okay,
Take care of her for the day.
sure, that can work. And simple enough. So it's just little minute things around the house that she's just struggling to bring herself to get the energy to do.
And I'll have a chat with her about some stuff later. But I'll let the
Okay.
other stuff happen.
When we separate, thank you.
Of course.
Leave her. So let's go with the orcs because I'm interested now.
Yeah, me too.
You sicko!
Are you getting a Red Bull?
I am.
Can you get my sugar-free one, please? Thank you.
Anyone
Tom
else?
Trust.
I
Thank
mean,
you kindly. Yes,
my
please
monster
do.
call?
I've been drinking this shit so much recently.
Oh! Taxi!
nah, leave it in the
Want a
line.
Red Bull?
Yes, please. Okay,
Beans here.
so let's. Come on, Red Bull. Give us a fridge, dude. Give us a fridge, brother.
Yeah, we'll put it.
I'd rather
Somewhere.
monster.
Here.
One monster.
Give us a fridge so I can feel it, thank you.
V,
I need
please.
one for my game
What's
room.
monster? We'll talk
V.
about them with the black.
Anyway,
Shine.
Yeah, let's get a competition going between
when you guys step out into the thoroughfare, it is just fucking like this. The sleet storm is going. I wonder if I can.
Hugle was like, I'm just gonna stay and help. He just didn't want to get wet.
He didn't want to get his
You're a
toes wet.
cat. You can take care of cat and dog.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh no, Zero just kind of like stands in the shit because she's from the city where
Yeah.
it fucking rains all the time, so
Yeah.
she's used to being a drowned cat.
Yeah. I mean, it looks epic. Like Zero walks out into the thoroughfare from like the shaded cover of the what's that word called? A balcony.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's just wind and it's like wah 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 wah.
That's what everyone's
down.
Every time it takes him forever to get to the orcs because every time the like fucking shore blows up, she goes, "Whoops," and then once it comes back down, she just starts walking again.
And like Voyage walks, it's two different aesthetics. We got the gunslinger aesthetic, and then Voyage walks out, and you get that fucking K-drama wet hot boy hair.
Yeah.
Like your white, like your blouse under your arm is like soaking wet, so like your muscles are like showing through. Fucking hot boy model.
Hood's up, but it's only part way.
There are little halflings, boys and girls, teenagers, just looking out their windows like,
Just fucking.
Can I have my inspiration back?
You know what? Sure. Only time I'll ever allow it.
Democracy.
Democracy manifest.
Get your hands off my inspiration!
Oh wow, I'm gonna say the other one.
well, I've been obsessed with what we do in the shadows at the moment lately. I'm picking up so many more quotes now.
Oh yes.
I'm learning.
I said I'm sorry. What was that? I said I'm sorry. Okay, you guys are walking down the thoroughfare. A lot of the windows are shut. You do see like the candle and lamp glow because obviously the skies are black and there's not a lot of sunlight coming through the clouds anyway. And the rain is just peltering down upon you. But I turn it over to you.
It doesn't take probably too long from when they start walking. Zero kind of really wants to nip the issue in the butt quite quickly. So still looking ahead, but speaking to you. What's the issue? Talk to me about it. None of this running off, having a tantrum. We are past that. What is the problem?
I know I don't have the same lengthy life experience that you have, or any of you have. But if there's one thing I've learned in my life, it's that Fae are not good creatures. They are not kind. They pretend to be kind. They pretend to be good and great, and they offer you all these good, sweet things. And then they rip it all out from beneath you and belittle you for believing their lies.
You talk about not having life experience. It sounds like to me you've just experienced life. That is life. That is reality. It comes in more forms than the Fae, boy. Talk to me about it. Tell me what happened.
You can kind of see like this moment of, fuck, but it's so embarrassing.
Get in there, pull out that backstory.
Of note, Zero doesn't prod anymore. She's very patient. If you need time to warm up to tell it or need to psych yourself into it, she waits in silence.
I think I've told you. I think I've told you guys that I grew up on a farm with my family. Had a very good life. Raised our stock. Tended to their wants and needs. Learned how to shoot a bow and swing a sword. I was out adventuring in our yard, like fucking huge acres and acres of that fucking thing. There was a little nest. Those little pixie-looking things. And at first, it seemed like they wanted to be my friend. I live on a farm. I don't see a lot of other people other than my parents or my sibling. So I made a friend. I thought I made friends. It was a little community of... And they were small, so they could fly so fast. And what I thought was going on, I thought they were my friends. We would play games. Those games turned out to be jokes and tricks and not what I ever believed it to actually be in the end. It was all just to make fun of the tall green monster. The tall green freak that happened to be in their neighborhood. I apologize for how I reacted, finding out about the both of you and what you've associated yourself with. But it only makes me worry more that maybe that's why you've all brought me along in the first place. That it's just another joke with a group of people I thought I cared about, stringing me along as the big green freak. So forgive me.
Zero will like stop wherever they are.
In the middle of the thoroughfare, piercing down rain.
100%.
But your face is completely dry because your hat's so big.
Yeah. No, there's more important things happening in the rain right now. And like in a very like parent giving you like a stern pep talk, she'll kind of like put her hands on your shoulders and kind of like squeeze them a bit, almost in a bid to like straighten you up some. You know Val? He was picked on and bullied when he used to go to the academy when he was young. He was a tiny boy. He was white through and through. We used to call him Little Ghosty. He'd always hang out the back and be quiet, footsteps so quiet that he would scare the other children. He used to get picked on a lot. He was an easy target. And I will tell you the same thing I told him when he came home one day, tears gushing down his face. Because of his complexion, he was as bright as a beet when he eventually got home. It's hard to hide that stuff. They make fun of him for crying as well. What did you learn, though, from it? Not to hate fate. Anybody can be mean. What did you take away from that experience?
Not to trust willingly.
Was that all you took away from it? What did you learn about yourself, Voyage?
There's kind of this moment of like, where you can see that he's been believing this shit for so long that the concept of something else is not really present.
You're here now. Look at all you've done. You're in a whole nother continent, my boy. You are seeing the world. You are making new family. Family who does not care what color your skin is, how tall you are, the horns on your head. Family who just cares about you because you are important. That is what you are to us, family. You're not a joke. You're not a string along. You are important. You matter. And your feelings matter. But look at how far you have come from that. How small is that in comparison to what you have gone up against recently? You are a voyage. You are a journey. You have come very far from that nest of mean pixies.
You're right. I am still sorry that the feeling had caused such a immature reaction. It's hard to unlearn.
You will. In time. That is the lesson.
All good things come with time.
At least, that's what Dad used to say. Clearly he has never been waiting for cookies to finish an oven.
He was never a cookie guy.
Explains a lot about you.
Yeah, that was Grandma's favorite anyway.
Just kind of like give him like a good like thwack on the upper back. Don't worry. Next time you see a pixie, hands in the air. You can kill the little fucker.
Hold it still for me.
Shit, I'll try.
You get an image forced into the front of your brain, like Voyage blacks away, and you see a very vivid image of the Wanderer reaching into a shrubbery, pulling out a pixie and just biting its fucking head clean off. And then you like, it's like, that's so Raven, that moment. Like, if anyone gets that reference, and you come back to a Voyage just there in the rain, like, waiting, and he goes, that's the best way to do it.
If it helps, my
Go on, tell him.
the Wanderer is also not a fan of pixies either. In fact, quite literally eats them for breakfast. Like they're a little kebab on a stick.
Oh, that's a good idea.
He kind of takes a moment, looks to you, looks at where your hand would be with the ring on it. I'll never call him Dad.
Robert better not get my face on drop that motherfucker.
You get what I mean? Good job. Oh, shit.
You will have to learn to accept them sooner or later.
It does not matter how many shriveled up, dried, preserved, dead pixies he provides me with. I will never call him Dad.
Do I imagine the one challenge accepted? He's just pulling pixies.
He's in his pocket's like, oh, we're not doing this. Okay. I'm sure I have something else in here. But unless there's anything else to be said, you guys can continue on your merry way. And you guys, stepping into the where the tribe is, the tone in their temporary home is very somber. There's no raucous drinking, no wrestling or training. In fact, normally right after first light, the tribesfolk are normally already beginning their days. But on this day, there's just quiet as the rain and the soft wind blows through the fabric tents and the partially built log cabins. I'm assuming you're going to go straight to Dushka, right? Yeah. Okay. So, through the, so I don't know what fabric they made them out of, but like, through the tent, you can see the glow of lanterns inside. Thank you. Through the hide tent, you can see that there are lanterns on inside, but like the doors which are normally open, which is her symbol to say, come speak to me, they are shut. There is one of the guardsmen there who's kind of like just leaning on his warhammer, sees you guys coming in like very slowly, goes to stand up straight. You here to see a big boss lady?
Only if she's available.
I think she'll make time for you. And sticks his head in. And he's like, oh yeah, nice one. And he calls out and sticks his head in and he goes, yeah, go on. Opens the curtain up and you guys are able to step in. Again, like there's lanterns around, all that sort of stuff. And yeah, she's at like her little table, like war table kind of thing, and you just see the mace that you brought back is just laid across the table. and she's got like some leathers and like some like a weird like little tub of oil, and she's like trying to like polish all like the gore and stuff out of it. Very arduous. Her eyes are red as fuck. You can tell that she's also been crying. But as you guys enter, she looks up and politely puts the rag down, puts the lid on top of like the oil, like the polish, and goes, welcome back, comrades.
How was your evening?
It has been one of the longest and most challenging nights of my life, yet I am alive.
That's something to be grateful for.
Stormbringer be praised for my existence to continue.
It gestures loosely upwards. Is that possibly some sign of godly measure in honor of?
The Stormbringer and the Matron of the Wilds generally tend to work pretty hand in hand, so it could be the work of both, one or neither. It could just be a freak occurrence, but by this point, I'll take any rain as a good sign. Rain is clean. Cleanses the air, cleanses the plants, gets rid of sickness, makes you feel refreshed. This one doesn't look like it's going away for a while, but it's welcome. What can I do for you?
We were just looking to organise a final game plan for the Flying Death.
Hey, she called it the aerial death.
That
I
is.
think is what she called it.
Yeah.
Or death from above, whatever it was. There's many names that have been thrown around.
Megadeth, is that you? You're
Can we call it Megadeth from now on?
Watch him become the god. Game plan. She picks up the mace and goes and puts it on like a stand, like it kind of rests sideways. And as she turns back around, she looks at you both and she goes, I must thank you for bringing Ramov's hammer back to me.
Again, it was a joint effort.
Having something of his until we can go back and reclaim our home makes me remember that he died fighting. Now, as far as game plan goes, unfortunately I do not know what I can offer to help as far as getting you ahead, weapons, tools. But if you have something in mind, perhaps I can pull it together. We have limited resources, but we can do something.
With the arrows that he was given, they're on his hip because of where his quiver is.
Yeah.
He's gonna kind of pluck at one a little bit, just like brushing his thumb through the orcish feather that
They're fletching, yeah.
Yep, the fletching that they've chosen to use on them, and go, if we could be accompanied by maybe one or two that you could spare, as just some additional arms in this situation.
Ooh, make a persuasion check. I'm not gonna lie, this is gonna be fucking hard.
Can I get the help action?
Sure. How do you help? Let me just ask, how do you help?
I stand there and nod.
Fair enough. So roll advantage, take the higher of the two.
18.
18. Is she gonna do that? Let me just quickly look at her character sheet and just see if there's anything that jumps. Why is everything stuck together? Why are you doing this?
It's not the book's fault.
Yeah, it's user error. Don't sass me, Monica McDougal. Don't fucking sass me from across the table. Don't you fucking start.
I'll encourage it.
Yeah, I know you will.
You're encouraged.
Consider it kiss about.
That new ring thing is dope. Me and Kim were looking at it for like 10 minutes and she was trying to figure out if she wanted one.
You guys are freaks. How dare you?
You're only just figuring that out?
No, I know, but I
Years.
just got to fucking put it all together. She mulls on it for a while, and she goes, I'm going to be very, very honest with you. The both of you. The concept of sending more of my men and women soldiers out there to possibly just meet a very ungraceful end is not something that's high on my priority list. We are warriors, yes, but we are simple. We have not seen the things that it seems like you have seen on your travels. I can maybe send one ranger to help guide you. That's all I will do.
So what happens if we go down with only 5 of us and we die and the dragon comes here? How are you going to deal with it then?
We go down swinging, my love.
Later on, and then instead of letting us die first by ourselves, so more people are already lost, when we could work together and see victory at the end.
You can make a persuasion or intimidation.
Fuck.
Can I help?
You're nodding with
I have half the mind to be like, that won't work twice. But sure.
He's shaking his head. So.
Like, he particularly pulls out one of the arrows if the nodding doesn't work.
Because at this point, as you're speaking, let's set the scene here. As you're speaking, you do get to roll twice, roll advantage. Because you got the help action.
Oh no, he's not fucking dice again.
Save that for battle.
It's 14.
Got the bullet dice.
It is what it is.
14.
Okay. What happens here is it's one of those you get it more than anyone. It's the motherly resigned side. And she stands up from the table, and it's only now that you realise the way she carries herself when she speaks kindly to people, where she speaks authoritative. She stands up to it's like nearly 7 and a bit feet tall, and very much like that dude on TikTok, the Lap Man, where all of a sudden her muscles just start to hulk out a little bit. And she's not angry, but she's very firm. And she goes, I respect very much where you stand on the topic. I am nothing if not eternally thankful for the little folk and the rabbit folk for letting us be here in times of great need. But as a leader, in the end I must do what's better for my people. And at this point in time, if you go to leave, some of the greatest warriors that this village has ever seen are now away from this village. Should you fall and that entity comes back here, they will have no defenders. If this be our last stand where we fall upon the earth and become one with it again, then so be it if that is the case. But I still need to make informed decisions about my people.
Zero just turns to Voyage with an unimpressed look on her face. It's alright. We will not find what we are looking for here. Clearly these people are happy taking help but do not want to give any. We will find assistance elsewhere. And Zero's gonna leave. No, don't want to. No.
Can you make an insight check for me before you do anything?
That's a 25.
Damn. There's truth to what Dushka says. They got fucking decimated in that Knoll incursion. They are operating at a quarter of the force that they had beforehand. Because Knolls are extremely ravenous and they are sneaky and they are cunning, they are tricks. There's no lie in what she's saying. And I think in that moment when you're standing between two very matriarchal figures with very different beliefs on what the right thing to do is, it's like they're both right, but they're both wrong.
Well, the way Zero sees it is that they've accepted shelter from the halflings, they've gladly taken up space in Potts Hollow, which granted they were allowed because the people of Potts Hollow are very kind and generous.
Mm-hmm.
And then they've accepted our help when the Knolls came through. Right, we copped a hiding on our ass for that as well, giving them a hand.
Mm-hmm.
then we've also gone out, grabbed their shit of their fallen ones for them, and what did we get? Some armor and some bows. Now we're going to go out and fight a dragon that if we fall is going to come here, and instead of going out and giving us a hand and working in conjunction, they're happier than just die. When their excuse for not going is that they're going to die. So that's where Zero stands on at the moment. She's not fucking impressed. She thought she would get better from such a strong matriarchal figure.
That's fair. That's fair.
On that same note, Voyage kind of takes a moment to go, as a brother of this group now, again holding that arrow, I will accept the offer of the Ranger's guidance, but I thought you offered family more, and he will leave with 0.
Make one more persuasion check for me with advantage, because keywords were said and I like that. I like that a lot. I like that a lot.
12.
Oh, we suck at this, man.
I've got...
If you'd stayed and nodded.
Damn it. Can't pull my head back through the tent and nod.
I've got no bonuses to persuasion, so it's...
You do have an inspiration.
Do I get to reroll both dice?
When I allow you to use inspiration, if it's an advantage roll, you roll both again. It's a free re-roll, and if that roll has advantage, you get.
Oh, listen to that click clack. Fuck me.
Fuck me!
Fuck you.
Oh yes! When the dice match up with the cinematic moment.
The dice tell the story. Dice Christ has smiled in this church. You know what I think there is? I think in that moment, because that's a total of what, 23, was it? Sorry?
20.
Oh, just 20.
I
So
get
you have
no
no
bonuses.
bonuses that. Flat 20. Okay. That's still fucking decent. In that moment, the pinpoint fucking pupils of like someone that's slowly coming to rage softens. You see like her whole body relaxes, and there's a moment where she lets out a breath that she didn't know she was holding. And she leans back a little bit, puts her hand on the table, and I think it's like a solid minute and a half where there's just silence. You even heard like the guard out there fucking held his breath, like you're out the front, and there's like angry smoking, like
Oh yeah, shit.
and like you hear that, like you and the guard look at each other like there's a tense moment, and you hear that, and just the whole fucking thing goes quiet. Even the rain becomes mute around you, and she looks back at the mace, like, or Ramov's hammer, as she calls it. And come with me. And she goes to walk out the tent. Basically pushes the door, bowls the fucking guard over. Just goes, get out of the way. He's like, what? Walks past you. You'll come and just grab like your feet. Your feet are like firm in the dirt. You're just leaving 2 perfect tracks behind. She drags you into one of their supply tents, which you were working with them for like a whole day, so you've seen it. And there's like a multitude of crates and stuff in there. She goes, if I cannot give you Rangers, I'll give you the next best thing. And she's going to, I would like one of you to roll a d20 for me. I've already got in my brain what is already there, but if you roll anything 17 and up, there's going to be an extra thing there.
Oh, fuck. I cannot roll 17 and up. It is impossible. It is a 6.
A 6? She basically, very much dead space, like where he gutter stomps the box and all the stuff just falls out. She just puts her hands on and just rips the fucking crate open, and it's just fucking up to the brim with health potions, like stuff that they brewed in their time when they were over there, and they're like fucking covered in dust and shit. They'd sat there for ages. And she goes, not that it's going to do them out there any good. You can take some of these. And basically it's just a crate of just normal health potions, so like just a stock standard one, so you can take 2, 3 each. It's probably about, I'd say there's 5 here, so I'd say there's 5. There's 5 you can probably take.
Get the jars out.
Voyage.
Just puts a big meaty finger in the fucking tobacco and puts the fire out. It's a closed in space.
Forgive my mother-in-law. You know how they can be.
Let out the kick.
One eyebrow. My poor boy, I'm so sorry.
Me too.
Now, you're welcome to all five. Respect them amongst your crew respectively if you need them. Best of luck to you. Now I'm going to go collect all of my bastard children and tell them to double their defenses.
When we leave, like, grab the shit and, like, start to head back, Zero still looks like pretty unimpressed.
We're not done yet. He's gonna head over to the blacksmith.
Oh yeah. Big pot-bellied fucking smithy.
And he's gonna greet him the way he's witnessed other orcs greet each other within the camp.
One of those.
Brother.
Hello, Tiny. Pulls your arm out of the socket.
Okay.
You have disadvantage on attack for the next 24 hours.
You don't say that. Don't say that, you'll make it canon.
I'm prepping you for failure. This is happening, okay?
Have retrieved dog's armor already?
Yes.
Have I not?
I think you did, yes.
Do you have a spare set? I need some to fit a tiny juvenile owlbear. And I figured that's pretty standard to the size of your full-grown.
Keyword, my friend, bear. And he just pulls out a fucking set of hundreds of bear armor. He goes, does he have long hair? No? Ah, sucks to suck. There you go.
Thank you. I also just wanted to know where I could find, and this, I forget their names, the specific orcs that are on duty that are friends with Petunia specifically. Branko?
Branko and Dario. Dario's real good friends with Colton, and Branko is Dushka's 2IC.
Right. First one's name again, sorry. It went in one ear out the other.
The 2IC?
Not the 2IC.
Oh, that's Dario.
Dario.
Dario is Colton's friend. Yeah.
I'm gonna go see Dario.
Dario is in the Ranger's Tower at the front of the village.
Can you carry this for Pat?
That's so real. That's not even funny. I'm sorry.
She's a neg 1 strength. She's definitely dragging that through the mud.
Ugh. Anyway, you find it at the very. You have to climb the tower to get up there.
Dario? Dario?
Yes. Yes.
I have a favour I'd like to ask.
Yeah. Friend of Colton, of course. What do you need?
Would you be so kind as to maybe, when your watch ends, come to Petunia's house a little later? If you find Colton along the way, bring him with you.
Make a persuasion check. And it's fucking high because he's got orders.
After his watch ends.
Have you ever seen him descend the tower at all? No. His watch never
Can I
ends.
provide a help
It's a
action?
19.
I mean,
Never mind.
well, the 19, he goes, look, I can stop by when I have a quick piss break. Sure.
That'd be great.
Every time you say, can I provide the help, not the help,
it's
the help
not
action,
a-
I am like, it's the not action now.
Is
not-
there
yeah.
anything else you immediately want to do? Because I want to get to these.
That is it.
The potions. Yes. So we cut, which is hilarious because I realized that's what you were going to do, and they just got more. So you go to the apothecary, and like the chimney's going, the lights are on. Obviously, it's fucking hammering down rain. You step through the big front doors, and you can see Matroya's already behind the counter with like a lot of the little bottles, like pouring elixirs in, measuring them out, putting the labels on them. Siobhan's nowhere to be seen at this point, but it doesn't mean she's not there. She's just off doing something. But when you walk in specifically, when you guys walk in, like drenched in water, she's like, it's all like she's got one eye open, like nailing these like little measurements. Sees like the little blonde head and the tall grey changeling walking, drops the whole fucking jug, shatters it, jumps the counter, runs, and just like does a quick scoot and boot and like picks you up and like a big squeeze, almost like puts you back like into fucking
orbit. It's like,
You alright?
better no. Let it out.
Oh, I forget the mic's on me.
Anyway, you'll go.
It's coming with me.
You need a
No,
water
don't,
or
that's the
something?
worst thing you can do.
Oh, good point.
These sugar-free Red Bulls are trying to murder me.
We don't want the sponsorship anymore.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
Now's your chance to shine.
Yeah, we've got a bit
That's-
more going on now.
Whole tear.
Do you want some water?
You right?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay.
It's too early to be crying.
Someone's dead.
It's sad. She goes, well, and let them know that you're here and I know you're alive.
Yeah, sorry, it was a bit of a... It was a bit of an afternoon.
Yeah.
You okay?
I'm okay. I'm helping Siobhan well, I was helping Siobhan. Just put out new labels and all that sort of thing. Nothing too fancy. What are you here for? What do you need?
Well, we were going to try and craft some potions, actually.
Siobhan! He like yells out, and from one of the side halls, like comes out, like her ears are like tucked into like one of those little headbands, like sticking out, sleeves rolled up. Right. Good morning. I don't know anymore. I don't know anymore.
Good day.
Good day. There you go. That's a good one.
Are you alright?
Oh, it's just a lot. It's just a lot going on, you know. I didn't want to pester you in light of all things, so I kind of just jumped about it my own way.
Well, we're trying to craft some potions here.
Which ones do you want?
Health. What have you
Ooh,
got?
healing. It can be done, but it depends on how quickly you need them, because they take a few hours to distill.
That's right, we can probably set as many as we can up now and just let them go for the day.
Well, we have 3 distilleries that we can run
Yeah. we'll do
proper.
that.
So if you want to help me put that together.
Yeah, easy.
Kiddo, come on. You're not exempt. And like she's like midway through dustpanning the glass, just drops the dustpan and just moves away. And you guys are able to set up 3 distills for potions. So I can't remember how potion crafting works as far as 5e. I know there's a system for it, but I just can't be fucking looking it up right now. So what we're going to say is, if you want standard potions of healing, you can get them by the end of the day. If you want the next one up, it won't be until tomorrow morning. And if you want the next one up from that, it won't be until tomorrow afternoon.
Understood.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
I'd say just
So regular
the standards.
tonight, greater
Yeah.
the morning, superior,
Superior
the next
afternoon, yeah.
Well, when
we
do
can
we
the
leave?
morning and we can take them. We'll pick them up on the way out of town. Be the last thing. At least made them a little bit more potent.
The last meal before the dragon's mouth.
That's a way to look at it.
I'm void of all colour.
Yeah, Zero just has a full stroke in the middle of the breezeway, like,
I told you to breathe while dragging that on.
I'm using my hips!
And at the mention of that, she just sort of loses a bit of facial expression, just goes a little bit more hollow, but comes out of that as quickly as she reasonably can.
It's alright. I'm sure we'll be fine.
I thank you for your efforts. Let's get these potions on.
You whack them on, they're on the burn, mate. That moonshine.
We did.
It's burning! And by tomorrow morning, you will have potions of greater healing. Which is what we believe. Yeah, it was normal, greater, superior. And then supreme, yeah. So greater. By tomorrow morning, when you guys go to leave, you will have greater healing potions. So you can chop and change which ones you want to take with you of the 5 standards or the 3 graders, X, blah, blah, blah. Now, for the sake of expedition, was there anything, I put it to the rest of you, was there anything any of our players wanted to do specifically before we reconnect for an evening?
Level up twice.
Suck my whole booty hole, Skye.
Stumble
I'll give you the
across
rest.
buried
Don't
treasure
touch me.
millions of dollars.
What?
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
That's our 3 explosive territory.
Filter out. Filter out.
Throughout the day, just helping out around the house doing
Yes.
what you can. Hugle will have had small talk all day with Rose, just helping how he can and cleaning up around the house and trying to be helpful.
Yeah.
But at some point, he's going to sort of sit down with her, brings up a couple of tea. Look, me and the old man never got along, but I gotta say, I gained a little bit of respect for him right at the end. He ventured out there for her. Well, it's the furthest she's ever been out of town, and to be honest, she came pretty close to some danger herself.
Do you know what I find funny about that swale? In the many, many cycles of the moon before you and Petunia were born, in his younger years, he was adventurous. He also liked to venture out, have a bit of a wander every now and again, as most young gung-ho people seem to be. But when he got older and there was a bit more responsibility put on his shoulders, he grew up a little bit too quickly. And that made him a bit jaded, for lack of a better term. I know it could have been hard to see on the outside for other people, but he did. When Petunia was born, he always said that she was his single greatest achievement.
Oh, great.
You're a sweet boy. I think when you come from a hard-working family that sometimes don't convey their own feelings well enough, your ability to learn and read other people's gets lost in the wave a little bit. He could be cruel, and I understand that. But he did have a good heart. When he could figure out wherever the bloomin' hell he left it. I, for one, never had anything against you. I mean, you looked after her and you treated her well. And all things considered, I was a little bit more sympathetic to your leaving than what others would have been.
It's more than I deserve.
It's hard losing kids. When that sickness came through, it wasn't just us. Everyone lost somebody. Parents, siblings, grandparents, grandchildren.
I remember. I think that was probably the biggest that the garden ever grew in such a short amount of time.
I always liked that garden.
You're welcome there anytime.
I'll be there more often than you think.
Well, he has a place right next to his granddaughter.
Big fucking welling up like tears in her eyes. She's trying not to cry. She's like, but in just very sweetly, as she goes to like take her empty teacup, she just puts a very gentle hand on your shoulder, and just, you're a good boy, and then walks off into the kitchen to go clean her teacup. Perhaps fetch a bite to eat.
Hugle also will peruse the library
Yeah, sure.
and see if he can pick up anything, or even if he has to ask her about the Blood Moon amongst their religious texts, or anything amongst their religion that can help protect Petunia, knowing that she's going to come out with them.
Make, I would say very early on in the day, she would have said that you're more than welcome to read, to pass the time if you wish. You know, she has no need to deny you that right. Make an investigation check for me. I think when you go through the religious texts, and there's a
fucking lot of them, right?
Get overwhelmed.
Yeah, like I'm talking like books that are big enough that like if you got smacked with them, like your skull would fracture. Like they're huge, man. Big wooden fucking bindings on them. So much of the doctrine that's here, you see, is it's all handwritten, and it's stuff that from generations gone and like that have been and gone have like handwritten, like oracular culture that has been transcribed to book. So with that, you would automatically assume there probably is some transgressions and things that maybe didn't make it and didn't make or got taken out. But whenever you look up like the phase of like the moon cycles, because in religious texts there's a lot of worship of the moon, especially by some elven cultures, etc., etc. Anything pertaining to the blood moon in like the text pertaining to like Potts Hollow, which is what Rose has, it seems to be like, oh yeah, that happens every now and again, but we don't really talk about it.
Yeah.
It's very Midwestern American town satanic panic. It's like we stick our head in the sand and just ignore it, it'll fucking go away.
In one of the books, if Hugle gets a minute where he's alone, he's gonna scribble a little note. It's like, Potts Hollow was born in the blood moon. Just
sure, I won't even roll for it. She's in her own little world, she's not gonna roll for it.
just to make sure the history is recorded.
Sure, you can do that. Is there anything else you would like to do before we all regroup back at the branch residence?
No, I think that's right.
Alright. About 4 o'clock in the afternoon, everyone rolls back around. You two in the house hear the clanking of bottles and the of something getting dragged as eventually the door opens and the entire party reconvenes in the mudroom of the branch residence.
Really quickly, would we have been able to pick up some more groceries on the way home?
Sure, absolutely. Real quick, yeah.
Hold up, you got much better strength than me. Why the fuck are you carrying the bottles and I'm carrying the fucking armour?
He played you,
one! Boy! My muscles are all painted on for show! Boy!
It's your other kid that's
You've got
strong.
vanity muscles. You can't actually move shit, but you're like, they're toned.
Yeah. You got the swimming arms.
Yeah!
He's got the cum gutter abs and that's it.
God, I love and hate that term.
I don't hear it often enough, and I should.
Well, I'm just gonna...
You just start saying it randomly, like, and you walk into the hall. Come gutter abs. You take left.
Like when you went through Steve, why is every old guy here jacked? Yes!
Cut to the Wanderer, just
With these stupid long fucking ears.
When Zero sees, like, the groceries, she's like, whoa. And she, like, drops the armor, it's like, everywhere. And then she, like, starts pulling out coins and, like, just, like, opens up it and starts, like, pouring them into your hand.
Oh no, it's right, it's not that.
You knowing full well that groceries don't get paid for here.
I know,
because it's all favours, so this economy is going to be fucked because of you specifically.
We've destroyed the economy.
I have the power to destroy the economy, you say. I give her 50 gold.
There you go.
Too stunned to speak.
It's like when you gave a big bag of gold to his family. It's like, that's just fucked with this whole economy. Next time they'll be living in the big house.
Yeah. But yes, you guys find yourselves in the warmth of the branch home. The fire in the hearth is lit. The drawing room, which is like the library, is welcoming. What do you guys want to do into this evening?
Come here, Pat. Come here.
Alright guys, we've cleaned the house to dry off first. Throws a heap of towels right in everyone's faces. Walks up to you and sort of hands it to you.
Towels over the head.
Delisa crying me.
Steph's looking at the fireplace, like with her hands up because they can't see.
Yeah, you can walk straight past you.
Oh, hold on.
Make an attack roll. Yeah, roll an attack roll.
Yeah.
You get flanking.
18.
Yeah, you get it.
Fucker. Just must have been the wind.
You hear Rose like have a little giggle in the kitchen.
It's difficult to come motion, Petunia's just gonna slip off and just go hide somewhere.
And Hugle turns back around to help. Where did she go?
Where
Back
did you
to
go?
I think back to her old room.
Oh.
Would have been her room. Sort of.
A poster of Sir Justin Timberlake on the wall. I couldn't help it, I'm sorry. Shrek 2 was on the mind.
As it should be.
So Justin of the Timberlake.
Oh god, shut the fuck up.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. You got me.
It's
Yeah.
Harry Potter's holy name, though.
It is.
Yeah.
It just sits with a towel around it like a little blanket, just down on the floor.
What's everyone else do?
I've lured Pat and Dog away, making sure they're armoured up, used to it, getting comfortable with it, providing treats as necessary.
Make an animal handling check. You'll need, because Pat's seen you friendly with Zeph, you need an 18 or higher.
I have a really high animal handling.
Probably lowest in halfling. I think you get proficiency with it.
22.
There you go. I think you get in with the old James Woods. Oh, a piece of candy. Oh, a piece of candy. And a couple of things. And while his head's down and he's pecking at these bits of jerky, you've just strategically set each piece of armour to like slip onto him as he walks. And by the time he gets back around the hallway into the kitchen, you've got a little armoured dude.
Oh, no, I'm a guy.
So now for his AC, you add +2 as an extra bonus, the same as what Dog got. I think that's what we said. Dog got +2.
I believe so.
Yeah, so Patty will get a +1. Patty!
+1.
No, +2, sorry.
Yeah, it's a 2.
Sorry, my brain fucking...
You take the higher number anytime you say you take the higher number.
Well, my hand has anxiety,
Except when it's
okay? And it's like,
damaged.
oh, one, he said
when
one.
it's damaged, you take the lower.
If you're rolling lower, I'm going to make all my enemies have crits.
But the good part is it's on camera.
No,
so
they're
it goes,
within
no,
30
so it's
feet,
like
motherfucker.
I'll kill you first.
Bong.
Yeah. Oh, no, but yes, so Pat comes out looking very He-Man of the Masters of the Universe. It looks like he has really crossed eyebrows. And because he's got the little plate and it has little cutouts where bear ears would be, but he doesn't have bear ears. But
He
like
strategically threaded 2 feathers through.
Like, it's really intense moment when he comes out and he just plonks down.
What's in my head and I'm feeling a little
peculiar. We don't want to get copyrighted.
That's a cover, it's fine.
Yeah. And his race! Oh my god, do I pray? Anyway, but before I get distracted again.
You started it.
I know, but fucking this bitch fucking pushed it on. I was teetering on the hill in the minecart and Skye went, ah, and it rolled me off. But Pat's now armoured, so him and Doggy match a little bit. Petunia, to everyone's notice, has disappeared deeper into the house. Is there anything our party here in Collected right now would like to do as we close in on wrapping up for the evening? You know, like doing like you know, just bathing or doing stuff around the house, cooking, anything like that, any conversations between the group. What do you guys want to do?
Is this good enough? Is he cute enough still? Do I need to thread more feathers through the ear holes?
As long as he's protected.
Kind of looks like a little Thor Odinson helmet, like he's got 2 little feathers sticking out the top.
I don't know if I want to bring him though.
He's got clothes now, either way.
Because last time was such a close call with him too, so Zeph's just like, my boy.
Oh, I mean, but we've also got these. He sets them down one at a time.
5 healing potions there.
Well, that's handy.
Well, we're going to have another 3 tomorrow morning of the greater healing, the 1-up.
Oh, these ones, and Hugo's going to pull the 2 out of his bag.
Yeah. So we'll be swimming in it. Maybe if we throw one at it, if it's necrotic damage, the healing will hurt it.
No!
It's not Final Fantasy. The next roll you make is with disadvantage.
That no was very like Steve Carell group.
I've earned that.
No!
No!
Girls!
Little girl.
Also, I may or may not have convinced Dario.
Dario.
I went to say Daria.
Darling.
Darling. That's a flashback.
I know, right? I've asked Dario to meet us here with Colton.
Are you cheating on Val?
No. Idiot. No! Don't!
Last night on the road,
I just found peace! While Petunia's not here to defend herself in this argument, I thought if we can convince them as an aid to Petunia, even though it's going against Dushka's orders, Petunia's a staple amongst the people here. And from what happened last time, I don't feel like any of us here want a repeat. So what I was thinking was maybe you could ask them to come along. There's some additional arms at least on the way there. Some extra eyes in the sky, if you will. You know, because... Anyway.
Yeah, look, I don't think it's a bad idea to put it forward to them, but I think I want to run this past Petunia first.
That's fair enough.
And, as much as I want help out there, at the heart of it, there's more than just that dragon that could hit this village. And I have a family here.
Of course.
You and I have been given this mission. That big fucking terrifying thing in the sky is our responsibility, and I don't know if I want to be responsible for any more death in this village. But I think every person has the right to choose for themselves if they want to face it, so if Petunia's okay with it, we should put it on.
Of course. At least, if they decide against and want to stay, can talk them round to the second best option of keeping an eye on Rose while we're away.
Oh, I don't think you got a problem there.
Exactly.
While the old man might have not been a city favourite, Rose was always looked upon kindly. Colton slept outside for the night. I've got
so
neither.
that's easy enough.
Yeah.
Cool. Look,
I don't think it's a bad idea.
maybe Zero's been rubbing off on me. Maybe. But a little bit of manipulation never hurt anyone.
You just feel 6 barrels in the back of your head.
I feel the wondrous smile growing in the corner. He's like, yes, it's spreading.
You can audibly hear his skin stretch. Do you go to look for Petunia?
Yeah.
Where would he find you? Your old room, that's correct. Okay.
I would know where that room was. I imagine there were many nights I snuck into that room back in our teenage days.
Oh yeah, when you walk in, the whole block's still there.
I'd go up with a tea.
Yes?
And as soon as an acknowledgement, I'd open the door. Tea?
Sure.
And what were you doing in the room?
Just sitting, leaning against a wall.
He'd just plop up next to you and sit down, wherever it is, where there's space. Put the tea down in front, hold it on himself. It's been a big couple of days for you. I think that's your first time almost dying. Kind of making you a little bit light of the situation.
I mean, it's been a couple of times this week. And she just, the reference now that she is like by herself, it's just heavy. And there's no expression on her face. And it's just like an absence of person. That's what you saw when you walked in. Now that you're there, she's sort of like trying to put that face back on. I mean, I don't know if I didn't really go super grand. We lived.
The fates really seem to be coming for you in all of these, don't they?
Yeah, I'm not really sure what I did for that one, but I must do no reason.
Well, as long as I'm around, I'll be keeping you up.
So we're coming through, sorry.
I'm only back for a week.
I didn't hear what you said, sorry.
I've only been back for a week.
Yeah, you've almost died twice. It really seems like I'm not the best luck.
Almost died twice. Dad's dead.
Village in ruin.
Village ruin. Aerial death thing's back again. Well, at least you bring the means to help us fix it.
Let's fucking hope so.
I am.
Me too.
I'd say at this point she would have pulled out a little picture of them before he left with the kid and everything. You know, she went 5 soon. A couple of weeks, actually. I know you lost time. I didn't want you to miss this one. You should be starting school with your siblings soon. God, I saved her on luck.
How's it been so long? And he sort of reach over and grab the photo. Big painting. I almost don't recognize this.
It was a while ago. Nearly half a decade, in fact.
Feels like a lifetime. My God. She would have been the cutest little fucker around.
There she was.
God, with us parents, can you imagine the mayhem?
I can't actually.
Well, if she's anything like you, she would have snuck off with the most shithead boy in town.
Yeah, but apparently I would have secretly moved him.
Could never understand why. I'm not gonna be able to talk you out of coming with us, am I?
No.
Well, if we're gonna walk out there to our deaths, what better reason than revenge, eh?
Revenge, protect the people we love. I can argue many ways.
You always made things sound better than I could.
You see the things in the library? Got away with worse.
Oh, I had a look at the library today.
Oh. There's a lot of,
Yes, there is.
yeah. Find what you were looking for?
Not really, no. There's a lot of, very particularly chosen words.
It's a lot of the same.
Yeah. So, I think Voyage has a Colton and a couple of the orcs coming by. He's trying to sway a few of them to come with us.
To fight a dragon.
To fight a dragon. I see his points. More hands on decks, probably more likely to succeed and all that, but I don't want to feel responsible for any more death around here, and they're more your people than mine now.
So what happens when they're not here? Leaves them open.
Look, there's two ways about this. If we don't succeed, it's possible that this dragon just comes and wreaks havoc. Or the dragon never makes his way here. And we've just taken a few extra defenders. The next normal attack or incursion from whatever else is out there. Seems there's a lot of crazy shit going on in the pots at the moment.
Yeah. Evidently our friggin' is. Do they still talk to Dushka about it? She's kind of the one giving the orders.
I'm not entirely sure. Might have to be a
We'll see when they show up.
conversation to have, but apparently they're showing up, so heads up.
Thank you. And at this point, sort of just does a little slide and just rests her head on his shoulder.
Yeah, my feelings.
I'm feeling.
Oh my god. And arrive they do. Probably, maybe like, the old 5 o'clock knockoff. And with haste, there's a very quick...
And I'm gonna give everyone in the world a little insight. I imagine Hugle's there with on the shoulder with the thought. Do I try and kiss her? And then the knock goes off. He's like, oh, I think that's them.
It's my fault! No! It's just why you're not my favourite!
I did that just to fuck with you guys.
Excellent. It's probably like maybe, I think, and there's like a comfortable yet uncomfortable amount of silence as you both just sit there, and probably like 40 minutes later there's a quick knock and a very abrupt, Mammy, we're coming inside! And the door opens, Colton ducks his huge fucking head under, Dario follows behind, both sopping wet. If you guys were to have a camera set up, you see Colton kind of just opens like his vest up and just goes, like just shakes himself off and all his fur, like, and it just, the mudroom's fucking soaked, right? And Dario's just like,
There's a perfect cutout on the wall. That's dry.
yeah, and Dario's like just fucking like peppered, wipes his eyes, he's like, cool, thank you. Anyway, what we're doing here, I need to get back as soon as possible. Oh god, how the fuck do you walk around in here? This is crazy. And comes in and eventually, because all the rest of you guys are like in the kitchen kind of drawing room, it's all like open plan kind of. And you two would walk out the hallway, and he goes, right, I got your little invitation and I'm here now and I brought my friend along. What do you need? Hey Toonie.
Hey.
He's like standing up like this a bit, like kind of like crooked in the fucking...
He's kind of doing the side eye like, Hugle, what was the verdict? Is it tea? Or am I asking them to come with us to maybe die?
Hugo just does this like, and looks to Petunia like.
She was looking at Voyage because Voyage is the one who had this idea.
Look, I'll be real quick. I've spoken to Dushka. She's not willing to offer assistance to us to go and take on this dragon. I'm being completely upfront with the both of you. However, last time we were out, shit hit the fan, as we're very aware. Our beloved Petunia went down, going up against these undeath creatures. I'm reaching out to you both on behalf of all of us for assistance. But no, this is going unspoken to higher up.
I think Colt would look back to Dario first, and you don't even need to roll for it. Dario's just like, I can't. I have my orders here. If I disobey, she break my fucking ankles.
Mr. Colton.
I've seen her do it with her bare fucking hands.
And what would she do to me? Little old me, if she found out that I'm going and trying to poach you.
She'd pull your head clean off your fucking shoulders, pretty boy.
Yeah. Can we have a little bit of quiet about it? Please, I want to die. I don't want to die. That's the whole point of why I've called you here. I have my own family I want to return to one day.
I don't have an answer for him right now, Colt. Carl stands up, I guess. Stands up.
Crouches a little.
Yeah, crouches down a bit. He kind of does, like he does that thing where you kneel and you put your arms. I can't do it, my ankles don't let me. But when you kneel, you put your arms, he goes. When they found me up there, abandoned, they brought me here, and the entire village raised me. And the only thing I found I was ever good at, I can't do no magic. I can't have any magical fucking lineage. I just swing a sword really good and that's it. The one job that I can do well is fight and protect people, and that is my only job. Only time I ever left the village was Skye with Petal, and she came back, and now she's one leg shorter. I don't think I could do that again. I can't speak for them. I understand it. I know why he doesn't want to go. It's just... Sorry, man. It's kind of fucked, right? It's kind of fucked up right now. It's really hard to... It's hard to justify anyone's actions at this point in time.
There's no judgment here, just so you know. We're more than happy to have you protecting the
Zero's not even in the fucking room because she knows that she has nothing nice to say.
Fair.
She's literally reading one of those fucking stupid religion books, sipping on a cold tea that she's stolen from someone.
There's randomly like an extra handwritten note, and one you're like, born in the blood.
yeah, and like literally when he says can't justify anybody's actions, there's literally like a fucking snort from the fucking reading room, and she just continues, and you just hear a shh.
I know it's not fair to ask. It's never fair to ask.
We're going out in the morning. We're going to collect some supplies and make our way. There is no expectation or judgment, whichever way you choose, because having you here to protect the village is an encouragement of its own. But you have the right to choose. So we're putting the option out there. But you lose no respect either way.
Dario's the first one to break the silence, and he goes, respectfully, I think it's... I have no say in this matter, so I'm going to go back to my post.
Thank you for coming and hearing me out at the very least, brother.
Turns around, beams the fucking warhead, walks out. And then Colton's left there with like 1,000-yard stairs, like...
Whatever you choose, to come along or to stay. If you do stay, I'm sure both Swiggle, and Petunia.
Swiggle?
Sure, why the fuck not?
I'm sure they'd appreciate it if you'd keep an eye on Rose while they're gone. But I think that goes without saying.
Every mammy's my mammy in this village. It's kind of par for the course.
You keep him safe. And don't go down again. And I'll be here to help you.
Yes, ma'am. This huge fucking hand.
Cool.
Hang on.
Just fix his hair back up. Sort of accepts it that it's a big poof right now.
Knock him down. I'll be waiting for you when you get back. If you don't come back, your sister's gonna whoop my ass with the one good leg she has left.
Oh, I don't fucking doubt it.
Alright, be good or be good at it. And he goes to leave, and as he walks past the library, like the arch, and sees you in there with the book, do you give any kind of acknowledgement? Do you look at him? Anything of the sort?
She'll kind of have like the glasses like sitting further down her nose, and like it's just a clean like swing of her eyes looking at him, and she just gives a small shake of her head and goes back to the book.
Hugo follows him to the mudroom.
Yeah, goes to walk out the front door.
One last thing.
Hey.
And he's going to pull out a small map that he drew showing the direction they saw the dragon flying in. If you don't hear from us in a few days, do your best to make sure that what's left of us ends up in the garden. Hands in the map. Protect the town. I know you get at it.
It's all I'm good at. Opens the door, steps out of the it's torrential rain, shakes it off, pulls his hood up, and just marches on down the breezeway.
It's worth a try.
I would like everyone to make inside checks, if you so choose. If you so choose to.
Wait, I've got advantage on that.
That's wacky to me that you just get advantage because being a paladin.
Literally.
Literally. And does it hurt being so good?
Hurt so good.
23.
Ooh.
Dirty 20.
Ooh.
24.
Wow.
There's min-maxing and then I feel like there's max-maxing.
I'm just fucking good at everything.
I'm the fucking best. What did you?
12.
Okay. I think in the heat of the moment you're just like, oh, damn. Excuse me.
Let it all out. Too much.
I apologise. Yeah, I know. Basically, you four specifically. There's been a lot of very backwards reactions to the requests that you as a whole have been giving to people that you were positive would help you. And while fear and mourning and grief makes people do unrealistic things, what you all take, now that you've spoken to a multitude of people from different walks of life that exist within the same area, what you're all taking away from this is everyone is just so fucking frightened about what exists beyond the confines of the forest walls that none of them actually have the faintest fucking idea on what to do. So at this point in time, their reaction is to go put their fucking heads in the sand until someone gets a Jimmy Neutron brain blast and just figures out a fucking way to fix it like that. That's what you all would get from that.
I think Zero's never been more unimpressed in her fucking life by a group of people.
And I think that speaks to Zero because you came from the background where it's like, well, fuck you, dog. You're paid to do a job. Why don't you do it? Like that.
Yeah.
This is what you do.
Yeah.
There was no fear in there.
Yeah.
But out here, everyone's fucking terrified.
Yeah, you're talking about a group of people that just like secluded themselves, and then another group of wanderers that have been decimated. Like,
I think you get something in your. I think the wanderer would like creep into your ear, and it's not like he's teasing this time. It's very like that inquisitive tone, where he's like, way different out here than what it is in there, isn't it?
They think one man is worth 10, and they're not even worth half. I wonder how they stand so tall with no fucking spine. Look at all that's been done for them. Look at all they've been given. Look at all that's been asked of them. And yet when push comes to shove, they fold. Like fucking drapes in the wind. You know what? I hope we fucking die out there. And I hope the dragon comes around here.
How quietly do you say that?
Quietly.
Make a stealth check, please.
Can do.
And I'm
Can
gonna.
do, buckaroo.
You just gotta beat everyone's passives. It's not like everyone's trying to perceive that.
Ow! 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 That's a 26!
Oh yeah, no chance.
Jesus.
I think
No.
there's a
How
moment.
shiny that is from my clammy hands.
There's a moment where there's literal radio silence in your brain, and you look up at one of the windows and you just see his reflection in the window, and he goes, "Very bold claim from someone of your background.
I think it's in keeping.
This for that, tit for tat. What are we going to do with that? Maybe turn that anger inside a little bit. Don't you think? Chin up, sweetheart. You've got work to do." As he fades into the glass. Yeah. And then there's a moment where you're like, "Oh, peace and quiet." He goes, in the reflection again, he goes, "By the way, you can't die. I have things I need you to do. So, beep, beep."
Zero knows that that last sentence was unreasonable. And she does feel a tang of regret as soon as she says it, but she finds that the situation that they're finding themselves in is also ridiculously unreasonable. And at the end of the day, yes, she knows that the task of killing the dragon has been given to our two friends here, and it's the responsibility, but it doesn't change the fact that if we fail, the responsibility is then going to fall to whoever's closest, and unfortunately that is Potts Hollow at this point in time. So she just cannot fathom why at least one person is not putting their hand up. It's literally nobody. Nobody's putting their hand up to give us a hand, and she's fucking seething over it. She literally sees it as an abandonment to two of realistically some of the biggest figures of their fucking town. And so she's fucking bewildered. Like, this is just this is almost like a culture shock for her. So she's literally just steaming in the library right now. She's not fucking pleased.
Fair enough. What about everybody else?
Hey, Voyage.
Huh?
You sound like the Nutella baby.
I don't remember if Goss was staying with Val in the city until we got back or not.
I believe he was. I believe they were both staying in the apartment.
Oh, hang on. Bright red.
Trying to shade
The
like,
person who can choose what colour their skin goes.
So he like keeps trying to change to a different skin color, and that one blushes. Like,
It covers a blush by going.
It's the rock. It's Zero's rock. You hold it like this, and then you stroke it.
This is my rock, honey.
And then you ask Val, "Can I speak to Goss,
Oh, I
please?"
can't
You gotta hold it up here, and you gotta touch it like this with this finger. Drops it, it breaks.
The blue light. And very quickly you get... I was literally just about to get in shower.
Oh no! Give it back! No! Give it back!
Zeph! Sorry. Hi. I'm glad you can't see. How are you?
well played.
How indecent are you to hand the rock to Goss?
You hear a... Goss!
That wind smell like when someone throws it.
Yes!
And you hear a very metallic beep. Ow! Hey, hello?
I just looks around, sees who's there,
Everyone?
and then just goes and then tries to find like a dark corner somewhere, even if it was outside or something like that, like through a back.
Just down the hallway, I reckon,
Yeah. And just we leave tomorrow to fight the dragon thingy.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Damn.
if I don't make it, I wanted to make sure that you knew. But I love you.
His reaction? Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
There's a long silence, and you just hear that, and you audibly hear the of like the smoke coming out. It's
Come
like,
on, do it. I know.
Yes.
I must have it from Star Wars. I don't think I've been as sure of anything in my life. I love you too.
Well, I'm glad that's over. Anyway.
You hear him put a hand over it, and he just goes, "Ah!" Like, at the top of his fucking lungs, he goes,
What's that like?
it's just a fucking straight line. The pig is up and lit!
God, calls for it.
Gosford calls for it!
I'm coming, baby. I'm coming.
Save that for later.
He's like,
Don't take it that way. Oh my fucking god. You guys are disgusting.
Sorry.
Yeah, we all hear that. That's all we hear from the other room.
No.
Fuck.
It's not gorilla.
Gorilla.
He, there's a moment where he, goes, I know it seems really stupid coming from the half-dragon man to say that I don't know much about what my ancestors, what they're like in their natural environments. But I have all the faith in the world. You guys will be fine. And you'll come back. And I don't know, maybe I can clear out some room in the apartment.
You better start clearing that. Because you got a lot of shit.
I'll have you know, that is years of collection and maintenance
Well,
to get a collection that decent.
I'll give you one job for me.
Mm-hmm.
For when I come back. I would like to see an apothecary station in that apartment of yours.
You know what? I know just the fucking asshole that owes me money. Leave it with me. I can do that.
Thank you. I'm just gonna pass the rock back to Voyage. I don't know if he wants to say anything to Val, but I think it'd be a good time for him to do so.
Okay. You hear a very audible, "Hey, fuck nuts!"
Zeph comes back. It's your turn now.
Still bright red.
Hot too. Spit on that thing.
It's like the fucking the bat signal.
Yeah, I know. No one does hot tour like me.
Oh wow.
I get in the White House. I spit on that thing.
Alright, you broke it.
Have you-
That one.
Have you started the washing machine?
That's what she sounded like.
Don't grovel at my feet. Stop that. Don't touch them.
Anyway, continue.
I've got nothing.
Yeah, you basically hear him say, "Hey, fuck nuts." You hear the ow as the rock hits him back.
I just imagine you walk off into one of the rooms. Oh, you're in the shower.
I totally like hear the thing getting thrown, then you hear the feet slipping on the porcelain.
Did you die?
No response.
No, but I think he fractured a rib. Yeah, in the distance. You're such a fucking crybaby.
If he keeps beating you up, I'll break some fingers when I get back.
His fingers are as white as your forearms.
I don't think you could. But to be fair, I don't think you can run that fast. So maybe you just keep a distance.
I never said how I'd break the fingers.
Okay, Mr. Tough Guy. Sure. You can't be tough and pretty. It doesn't work that way.
I don't know. Maybe you should ask your mom how it's been going over here.
How is Mum?
Let me go find out for you. Walks over to Zero.
This fucking rock's getting passed around to every cunt in this house.
Throws an
Can I talk now?
Oh, come on, Hugle. Throws an arm over Zero. Say hi.
Listen, I told you to get rid of this fucking rock. I do not want any more offers of cable. I already have it. Get rid of my rune off of your call list.
Ma!
Oh! Oh!
I didn't know where I could intervene to stop that rant, but it was really good to listen to.
Well, they've been calling me non-stop. I already fucking have cable. I don't need it again.
I already have nothing for that.
What is cable in the fantasy?
It's literally extension cables.
Extension cables, yeah.
Catch electricity to charge your stones. I don't
Imagine
know.
there's like a cable from your window that like can drop stuff off. And
Yeah, Batman.
How are you?
It's been... I'm not going to lie, it's scary. It's scary going to work, it's scary walking the streets. Gorsrick never lets me go by myself. I've had to forge a security pass for him to be my private escort to work. No one believes us, but everyone's too scared to fucking call him out on it.
That's my boy.
Sounds about right.
He won't wear a jacket. I always ask him to at least try and dress for me. He basically tells me to go fuck myself. In a nice way, but... He has style. He has a particular style. He likes the aesthetic. He likes the muscle man aesthetic. It's a whole thing.
It's alright. I'm sure Zefaris will fix it when she gets back.
Woohoo! Mama, stop it.
I'm just seeing those memes of like the guy before the relationship, and then like 6 months later, and they're wearing really like neat wear.
Yes.
I think he needs that in his life, though.
How are you keeping up with everything? Are you trekking alright?
A bit haggard, but I'm getting there. Just doing what the council needs me to do. There's been a bit of a blackout as far as inter-department communication in light of the,
Yes.
I'm basically just a glorified coffee boy now.
I'll have to fix that when I get back home.
Hopefully in another week or two and it'll die down. We'll see what happens. But, just doing a bit of research that Voyage has asked me to do on something, and other than that, just getting by.
Alright, well... We're going to go kill a dragon, or the dragon is going to go kill us. I love you very much.
You just hear where the rock drops, so he's like... What?
Have you gathered yourself?
Pulls tail up, yes.
I love you very much. And I will not hold you any longer. Because I know who you really want to speak to.
I love you more.
Impossible. Alright. And no phone sex.
That's the dungeon, mama.
No stone sex.
Not on my rock.
That hat is deadly.
Thank you. It's a weapon and it's a vibe. Submit your vibe report for appeal. Anyway, the coals are burning low. My shower is becoming a cooler. Is there anything you need from me, or may I please go and clean myself?
gets right up against his mouth. Fucking say it.
Say it right now. The skinny bikini belly.
Vampire.
Get it out now, because next episode you cunts are fucked.
I'm glad the shower's getting cold. You better be waiting for me when I get back. And then he hangs up.
No, I was going to tell him that water running over cheeks is not how you wash ass. You have to get hand in the bum hole.
That's my job. And he goes back to his business.
You just hear a...
That's like one of the last few episodes was like, how do you visualise the back of your fucking head, cunt?
It just Ford just gets up from the couch, turns around, and just goes like...
I feel like if there'd be a cool camera where Zero's like perched up on a couch and the poncho just, like the wanderer just goes... And the poncho blows over and the gun's just already there. Yes! You thought it was her knee, but in reality her legs were like crisscross applesauce and the fucking gun was there. Anyway, unless there's anything immediately anyone else would like to get into, the evening eventually does draw to a close, so we'll kind of go with everyone's like before bedtime routine before we close off on this day and this session.
I'd say like just as we're eating dinner or preparing ourselves up before, Hugle will sort of stand up on one of the chairs a little bit, like get everyone's attention. But it's gonna be an interesting day tomorrow. I learned a lot from all of you, and if I'm gonna go to my death, there's no bunch I'd rather grow with. Let's go kill a fucking dragon.
Sarah's sitting there with that pipe. We're all gonna die.
She is packing, for sure. You forget your jammies packing? I sleep in the nude. Yes. You don't want one of these. She's sleepwalks. Give that back, I need that.
But yeah, it just gives everyone that. We're gonna do it.
There's a cup, cheers. It realises when he sits upright, he's still just as tall as
taller.
you. Yeah.
The table's at shin height.
Jesus.
Fucking hell.
It's been thrown around a few times tonight over in the background, but I love you all. Watching Zeph see how red she goes.
Fuck you, you shit. I love you too.
Well said.
How cute.
Your turn.
Love you all. Equally. As family.
The prop sim.
What?
So only your biological children gonna love you?
Shut your mouth.
Hugo's gonna walk along the table right up to you. We love you.
We love you,
Group
Zero.
hug. Group hug. If she doesn't say it soon, she's got 5 seconds.
As a flashback to when I very first met you after my first thing, he's gonna reach forward and put a little flower crown in your hair with with Druidcraft.
Hearing that she's got 5 seconds until a group hug, Zero stays silent on purpose.
Oh, wow.
Bring it in.
Yeah.
There's just this hand that grabs the back of Petunia and throws Petunia at her.
It's like a Kermit the Frog Muppet being thrown through the
It's
air.
like the two halflings are in the middle and then the other three are like surrounding.
Oh.
And we're like pulling Zero in as well.
Can I ask, as like a bit of flavour,
Go for
to
it.
be able to encapsulate all of her kids? It's like 2 big long arms that are like the Wanderer.
Oh no! Yeah, yeah, dude.
It's like like 6 elbows.
Yeah, I think
Nice. It just got uncomfortable.
you all hear audibly but can't see it. It's like, I've grown to fancy the lot of you little fuckers, you.
You still not my dad!
Oh, we'll get there. And he like falls into the shadow.
As it also, that was where.
I love you all too.
There we go.
Hey.
My kids. Now fuck off, go to sleep!
Yeah.
Is everyone going to stay in the branch residence tonight, considering it has much more space, or are we all going to move to Petunia's house?
Is it still downpouring?
Oh yeah. No sign of letting up.
Oh, a sleepover could be fun.
What's the vibe we get from Rose?
Right, she's been sitting in one of her sitting chairs in like not in the library, in like the what Oak is called the smoking room. It was like in front of the fireplace, and not that you guys can see, but if you were to peek around the corner, there's colour in her face, and there is a smile where the sound of like joviality and a family in their own kind of way, it makes her feel like her house is full again. And eventually she would actually go to sleep quite early in that seat, but if you were to go see her, she would be asleep with a smile on her face.
I guess.
I think I looked at Petunia to make this call.
Yeah, we've got plenty of rooms. Everyone have a bed if they'd like, actually. It's strangely large in this house. Lots of guest bedrooms. We never got guests. You're welcome to any of the bed.
It's appreciated. He quickly tries to shuffle these two off as quickly as he can. Then he looks to Hugle.
Ah, bardic inspiration.
It's Hugle's turn to blush.
If you two allow it, you are very quickly shuffled off down one of the many hallways, not really realising you've not been told where the spare bedrooms are.
Yeah.
So you've got to just
You're always
figure
sort
it
of
out.
hanging in a corner of like there's a cupboard and you're just like...
Why are there 14 bathrooms?
How many covers do you need for your sneakers? And eventually it's just you two left in the dining room.
I'm just gonna go back to my old room. Like, before you're welcome to join me, you're welcome to find another room.
Hugo walks up to Petunia. It's gonna be a big day tomorrow. It's been a lot, but I can't explain how nice it is to be around you again. And I'm more than happy to die for this village tomorrow, but not without trying this. And he's gonna lean in for the kiss.
Yes!
We win! We always win!
The house always wins!
And he'll lean in slowly in a way that gives you the opportunity to pull away or whatever, but he's going for it.
When she hesitates for a minute, she's not really sure. And then as you get close, she says, fuck it. And she'll kiss him back.
Victory music! And you know what? That's all for tonight's episode of Tones and Tales. We'll see you on the next episode. Let's go kill a fucking dragon, gang! Woo! Oh, fuck.